can save 20% off Truck Stop Load Board Pro for 6 months. The best tool for serious carriers. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description to get 20% off Load Board Pro for 6 months. Need capital to grow your business or cover unexpected expenses? Rock Financial has your back. Whether you're looking for a flexible line of credit, a fast cash advance, or tailored working capital solutions, Rock Financial makes it simple to get funded, often in as little as 24 hours. No hidden fees, an easy application, and real support from people who know the business. Ready to take your hustle to the next level? Tap the link in the description to get started with Rock Financial today. Wish insurance was this easy? With LogRock, it's like magic. Real coverage appears when you need it. No tricks. Get covered now. Click the link in the description.
Warning. The following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up? Come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Come on in. Today's stream is going to be powered by Rock Financial. If you guys need credit, business lines of credit, any type of product to boost or enhance your business financially, hit the link in the description for Rock Financial. Also, to all my guys that are coming into the business or in the business that need commercial truck insurance, commercial cargo van insurance, Rock Financial has a solution for you. Click the link in the description to see what options Rock Financial has. If you're new coming in, click the link. If you are already in the business and your renewal is coming up, you're about 3 months or 2 months up for renewal, don't let that policy just roll over. Always shop. Never be loyal. Always shop for the best bargain every single year. Click the link in the description for LogRock to shop for commercial insurance today. How is everybody doing? Come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. I was not going to go live today, but something popped up. And we're going to walk through this because I don't know how familiar you guys are with this person. I was first introduced formally to this person by a person named Daniel, a guy who, reoccurred on the channel early part of the year consistently. Well, latter part of last year. I think the first time he came up was around November of last year. And then he was a consistent fixture on the channel the end of last year, Q4, around Thanksgiving, going into Christmas. And then at the beginning of the year, he came on a few times, January, February. Tax season came around March. Remember, he was waiting for that big $18,000 check. And we ain't heard from Daniel yet. And I said that was going to happen. But Daniel introduced me formally to this individual. I think he came across my algorithm maybe once or twice prior, and I might have clicked on this link, but he wasn't really popular at that time. But we're going to get into this reaction video. Come on in, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. Let's get this roll call out the way real quick. Shout out to Roger Lacey in the building. Shout out to all the MGM. Shout out to everybody's part of the MGM game. Shout out to Marie. I think Marie mentioned him before. I think Marie watches his channel. Shout out to Valise, what's going on? Shout out to William Sweet. Shout out to Roger Lacey. Well, I said Roger Lacey. Shout out to Andrew Green. Shout out to everybody that's a part of the MGM gang. Andrew Green representing New York. Shout out to Jay Stokes. Shout out to who else? Shout out to Max Fifth Avenue. Shout out to everybody that's in Michigan. Come on in, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. I'm not gonna waste no time. We're gonna get straight into it. So this guy Dontay London, and the only reason I'm reacting to this today because I can parallel it with a lot of the lessons and a lot of the lectures that I give. He is a gigger. All right, shout out to all my giggers out there. So it falls into play there, but from a business perspective. Now we're gonna look at this from a gigger perspective and ultimately from a business perspective, right? From gigging, YouTube, business, decision making, how decisions that you make today will affect you later on. Parallels with the F them kids shit. A lot of people with kids, they get in their feelings and shit like that because other people don't care about what they got going on in their household. This whole sympathy thing and people trying to, you know, create these things for you to feel bad for them in their situation, it plays into that. From a business perspective, also setting limitations, minimal limits on your life. We had this discussion from a business perspective. I had to debate with Zarfies a week or two ago when I reacted to the guy who said he'd rather make 50,000 or continue to make 50,000 and his wife make 50,000 and be a partner in the household and split the bills and limit himself only to 50,000 versus making $250,000 and she not work. All right, he'd rather leave $150,000 on the table instead of going out being a man and doing what a man has to do because he just wants to be a bum and be lazy and be a poor excuse of a man or just whatever the case. This new mental mindset of society. So this pops up in my algorithm this morning. And you know, Big Mark, I like to strike when the iron is hot, right? That's the beautiful thing about having time. I wasn't going to be doing shit today anyway. I already worked out this morning. I'm going to go work out this evening. I wasn't going to do, the only thing I had planned to do today was I was going to clean the damn aquarium. But we're going to have to hold that off. We're going to have to hold that off because we got to strike while the fire is hot, all right? We're going to put off cleaning out the aquarium today. All right, so boom. Dontay London. All right, I'm going to give you a brief history, and then we're going to get into it because I had to go dig all this stuff, starting from Daniel. Dontay London is a gigger. He became a popular YouTuber. There was a time period late last year, going into the early part of this year, where YouTube's algorithm was pushing small creators. It was pushing small creators that necessarily didn't have an entertainment side or an educational side, more like a vlog type of style. And it seemed like they were pushing like small creators that were vlogging that were, you know, just having a tough time. If you remember one of the conversations when Daniel came up, he mentioned Dontay London. He mentioned it to me. He did a whole video because he got excited. A lot of the small creators during that time period were getting excited when they saw Dontay blowing up because Dontay was vlogging every day. And in his thumbnails, he would put a screenshot. He would put a screenshot of his analytics page on YouTube with the amount of money. And he has since deleted all those thumbnails and a lot of that content, but I was able to go through and pull out some of it. And he was making, I think in like November, December, I think he did like 28,000 and it just kept going up. I think December he did 30, January he did like another 30 some thousand, 40,000, I think in January, February. He was running it up and it just went from, it just came. They were just pushing them. They were pushing small creators. So the first time Daniel came up and he was talking about his content creation and gigging because this is the, it's parallel because this is what the Dontay guy, he was a guy that was doing content, couldn't really hold a job, was doing gig work and doing YouTube as well. And Daniel, aka Mr. Millionaire McQueen, got inspiration. I remember telling Daniel, like, bro, that's not gonna last. I'll take a look at the buddy or something like that. But then the next time he came on, I'm like, bro, that's not gonna last. I think I remember telling Daniel there's no value there. And I'm gonna go further into it today, and then we'll do the synopsis as I go through it. Come on in, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, turn on post notifications. Now, let me say this too, because I've been following this kid's journey ever since Daniel put me up on, and there's a lot of things that he did that I just shook my head at. Right? You know, I'm reacting to it today because it parallels what we talk about as far as gig, business, decision making, the kids, the sentiment, so on and so forth. So this isn't to, because he's getting evicted. It's a cautionary tale of everything I say from a business perspective, and why when things are right, you do what you're supposed to do because you don't know what tomorrow holds. All right? Mr. Dontay is young, and throughout me watching him since Daniel put me on, and as he blew up, he got popular. What happens when you get popular on YouTube? And he's going to see this because he seems to watch all the reactions. He gets upset. There's channels that are dedicated just to reacting to him. And I think what he doesn't understand, and we're going to get to reacting to a lot of this storyline, is that when you come on YouTube, people are going to react to you. The more popular you get, the more people are going to tune in. And if in his situation, because I think he was so young and, things just started to turn around for him. This is a guy that just couldn't get shit right. And the money started to come in. His decision-making skills were just poor. And people honed in on that. And he just hates it when people respond. His audience kind of turned against him. And I'm going to touch on that. It seemed like people were targeting him because of the poor decisions that he was making and the lack of response that he was given to the community that was watching the content that enabled him to get the ad revenue to make the type of money that he was making. He got a little bit besides itself. So he shoots back at reaction, striking or claims and whatever. So I'm gonna tell you this. What I'm gonna do is I'm Unc. So Dontay, if you watch this as Unc, I'm gonna teach you something about business. All right, it may be a little satire in it. All right, don't take it personal. All right, because I'm not coming from a personal perspective. We're paralleling this with what I teach on my channel as regards to business. All right, it's fair use because I'm reacting. I'm not just gonna play it out and I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna react to it. Don't get in your feelings, Mr. London. All right, it's different over here. I ain't none of them other guys. It's long too. It's long. So just be cool, all right? And just take the information that the learning lesson that I'm about to, this clinic of education that I'm about to put on. All right, let's get to it, man. So that's my monologue. That's my monologue. All right? Let's get into it. So first, let's start here. Let's start with Mr. Millionaire McQueen. And Mr. Millionaire McQueen was really, really, really intrigued by Mr. Dontay London. He did a whole video. This is when Dontay was really blowing up. So January 3rd, Daniel did a video because he was one of the content creators that was really excited. And then he got motivated. Oh, YouTube is pushing small creators that are giggers, that are struggling. Because remember, he was struggling. Let me move me out the way so you can see it. Oh, matter of fact, let me put this over here. So that way you can see the caption right here. You see it says, use the same strategy Dontay London is using. Oh, should I pull it up over here? Let me move me out the way. How do I move me out the way? How do I move this out the way? All right, you know what? Hold on, let's see something. All right, there you go. So right here, he says, use the same strategy that Dontay London is using. All right. Everybody was excited at that time. All the small creators that were struggling to get by, that was doing gig work, they was all pumped up. Let's see what Daniel
Hey, if you're someone who's trying to start a YouTube channel and you're having trouble getting it off the ground, let me tell you guys how you can grow your YouTube channel, man. If you've been following this guy, Dontay London, then one thing you can learn from him is that, You just need to be authentic. You need to be yourself, right? Obviously, people are tired of the fake. They're tired of people showing this glamorous lifestyle, stuff that they can't even relate to. I mean, there was once a time where it was cool to follow the big YouTubers who bought Gucci this and Dior that, and they had the Lamborghini and then this car and then that car. Yeah, I've been through that phase. I followed the CJ So Cools, the Ace family, all these people that you really can't relate to. Now, I'm not saying that these content creators didn't have personality, which is why people even were there in the first place. I think one of the things that they didn't even realize is that a lot of us didn't even really necessarily care about the Gucci and all that different type of stuff. I will say the houses, probably for me, I thought the houses were cool. I like to see their houses and, you know, different things like that. But let me just tell you guys, if you want to grow on YouTube, man, just start your channel right now and just learn as you go. And I wouldn't say it's as easy as Dontay London tries to make it seem. The reason why it's working for him right now is because he's using specific keywords, okay? If he says how YouTube is actually helping anyone get views and money. So the reason why he's getting money is from the views because he's already monetized. So if you want to reach monetization, there's certain requirements, obviously. I think it's...
So all this is wrong. All this is wrong. The reason why, and I'm speaking from a business perspective, and I didn't really go into detail with Daniel when he came up on the show after he made this video and he tried to use this guy's name. And then when I went and did the research on the guy, I started to watch his content and follow his journey. Is one, the reason why YouTube was pushing small creators in that specific demographic, one, it was around the holidays. All right, so we have to look at this from a business perspective. Around the holidays, people's sentiment changes. People start thinking less about work. They start thinking more about family, joyous occasions. You have people that, get, emotional around the holidays. Why? Because, they start to reminisce about their parents that may no longer be here and all the great Christmas dinners and Thanksgiving dinners that they have. The sentiment changes. So YouTube pushes shit that's going to weigh on your emotions at that time. So they started to push smaller content creators, and I called it struggle content. Dontay London just happened to be one of the channels that really, really took off, because I think based on me starting to watch him after, Daniel got that hope, right? Because that's all what it was. People were starting to get hope from him because he was posting up his analytics and how much money he was making, right? Everybody that was similar to him, AKA like Daniel, started to get that hope and they started to push. The problem is it wasn't going to last forever. Another reason why YouTube started to push that type of content around, that time, because, and I'm going to tell you this, because this is something that I heard him say in a recent video, and we're going to get into the eviction, but I got to break it down from a business perspective on what led up to it. He was complaining in a recent video about he doesn't understand why him being 28, 29, 30 years old, his audience, his core audience is older people, people like me, and he gets upset when they try to correct him on things. Another reason why that momentum wasn't going to last. Young people don't give a care about your struggles. Young people are attracted to what he's saying they weren't attracted to at that time because they were fooled. Young people want to see the Lamborghini. They want to see the Dior. They want to see the Gucci. They want to see all that. This is the time we're in. The rest of the young people want to find creators that are going to bring them some form of educational value so that they can attain the Lamborghini, the Gucci, the Dior. If you're not providing value from an entertainment perspective from a younger audience where they can see the Lamborghini, the Gucci, the Dior and get inspiration, because this is what they attract. This is what attracts them. This is what they like watching. Or you're not providing educational content so that they can find ways to get the money to attain the Lamborghini. They're not going to watch, man, I just got fired from Amazon. Man, I'm about to get evicted. Man, life is hard. Man, I'm getting repo. Man, I'm struggling. This is why Daniel's content never took off. People want value. People want value. Listen, I'm only going to tell you the real, bro. I keep telling these young guys, I don't have no reason to lie to you. I know it hurts your feelings, but it hurts your feelings because it's the truth. In today's time, people want value. There's only two ways you can bring value: entertainment or education, or a combination of both in the form of edutainment. Christmas is over. Thanksgiving is over. We not sympathetic. We not in that soft sentiment mood. Getting back to Dontay, another reason why, he was being pumped, people were home. He has an older demographic. So his content is vlog, and his content, it always leaves you hanging because he never can get it right. He is like, and don't get this wrong, and Dontay, I know you're going to watch this because you watch this show, but here's the satire part. So you got to explain shit to people because they take everything personal. He's kind of like a fuck up. I'm an OG, Dontay. I'm an OG. You dig what I'm saying? And it's long, so don't play with me. He's like a fuck up. Young people don't care about that. Old people are attracted to Dontay, which he hates because it's like a story. All my older people, or people who had boomer grandparents or parents, what's a story? Remember when your grandma, your mama, my mama still say, I might call my mama like a 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon just to talk to her. And she'd be like, can I call you back? My story about to come on. Your story. You don't hear that shit no more. A story from an older generation. General Hospital. As the World Turns. Shit like that. The older generation call those sitcom story. And guess what? There's always a cliffhanger. Remember Dallas back in the day? Who shot JR? Who shot JR? Soap operas. Dontay is like the new version of a soap opera. What dumbass decision is he going to make next? He doesn't know why he has an older audience. So Dontay, I'm telling you right now, this is why you have an older audience. And this is why you don't have a younger audience. You don't understand why you don't have a younger audience. I seen you in the video, Lost. Why do I have this older audience? Why do y'all keep telling me? Because young people don't fuck with you. They gonna fuck with the YNs that's showing them how to, run it up. Whether it's the right way or the wrong way. They're showing them that shit. They gonna fuck with the OGs like me up because I'm showing them how to get to that mugger. Young people ain't interested in soap operas. Older people are. That's why you have an older demographic that watches you. That's why they are emotionally invested into the comments to the point now where you turn them off because they ultimately want to see you do well. They tune in because they want to see you turn your life around and make better decisions. And then you get upset because they're in your comments telling you, why would you go do that? Or why didn't you do that? Or why do you keep making dumb decisions? Or why do you keep quitting your job? And why do you keep getting fired from your job? A gig ain't going to help you. You can't you can't take care of a family off a gig. Being a gigger is not enough. So Dontay, I'm answering the question that you didn't understand. This is why you have an older demographic. Daniel is someone that resonated with him at that particular time. Now, Daniel has come to his senses a little bit. We don't know because Daniel fell off the forbidden path, the beaten path, once he got his taxes. What happens when people get that money? Similar like Dontay London, they do the dun-to-dun. They do the dun-to-dun. So Daniel went to disappearing. You know how people get when they get their money. So I hope Daniel, and Daniel, I know you still watch the channel. I hope you're doing right with that little tax money that y'all got. a few months ago. Now, let's get back into this. Let's get back into this. Let me put this. I don't want to put this in default mode. Now let's get to Mr. Dontay. That's how I was introduced to Dontay, and this is right around the time I started watching him. This is the type of content he was putting out. Don't leave your job. So we're gonna go back to, let's see, right here. Now, if you look at the sentiment and you just look at the facial expressions, this is around the time, you know, before the money started coming in. You could see, you know, he's struggling, and sad, and it's not looking good. Look at this type of content. This is when it was fucked up. And this has been most of his content up until when YouTube started pushing him. When YouTube started pushing him, you start to see the transition. When that money started to come, and they really pushed this kid. This kid went from nothing to like $30,000 in revenue in the blink of an eye. They pushed this kid. So in this video, he says, don't leave your job to do content. Now let's watch a little piece of this.
Just letting y'all know that I'm not selling y'all no dream. I'm not selling y'all nothing. I'm literally telling y'all experiences that I've been going through as somebody who's been dealing with life, bruh. Just like a lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, bro, I would never tell y'all to leave y'all jobs to pursue YouTube, because that just wouldn't be a good thing to do. It's not a realistic thing to do, because that's something that I did. And I'm talking about, I left my job. I left multiple jobs even before I was monetized on YouTube. I left multiple jobs even when I was only making $100 a month on YouTube. I put all my time and energy into YouTube thinking that it was gonna blow up, and that's not realistic. And I wanna apologize to any of y'all who felt like I'm selling y'all some type of YouTube dream. I don't mean to do that. I'm just literally telling y'all what's working for me.
So now this is when he's making the money. This is January 10th of this year. So this is when he's making the money. So obviously he quit his job again. He told y'all he quit his jobs multiple times. I scrolled back over here that you know you could see him working Walmart and a bunch of others. He's working Walmart, and you know he's gigging it on the side, and you know he's doing a lot of gigging and Walmart type shit. All right, boom. Now he quit his job because he's doing 30, 40,000 a month. And literally it happened very, very quickly for this young man. He went from like 30,000 to like 60, 70,000 subscribers like that. And then it plateaued, right? So, you know, a lot of people like Daniel, which is why Daniel got excited and got hope. He's telling them like, look, it's working out for me. I wouldn't recommend you do what I do. It's working out for me. And I'm thinking, he's thinking that it's just going to be that way for the long haul, right? Now, with me watching this content, you know, this is not, you know, I'm following the journey. I'm not commenting or anything. I'm assessing things in my brain. And I'm like, this kid is in for a rude awakening. He's in for a rude awakening. And there's content creators that were reacting to his content, older content creators, people in the comment section that was telling them this. You know what I'm saying? Get a job other than YouTube. Remember, your truck payment insurance paper is a big factor. So I think he says $1,000 right here plus $1,700. So basically that's $2,700 a month, not counting other amenities. Your wife may be able to flip the other stuff while you tackle your half. Oh, people are telling him to still work. Go get a job. Don't rely on YouTube. But he did anyway. So we're not going to watch the rest. I just want you to follow the journey. So now that was January 10th. You know what? We need to go back. I kind of skipped ahead. So let's go to December 30th. This is when you could see the emotion of how YouTube was really pushing this kid's channel and that money was coming.
40,000 subscribers, bro! 40,000 subscribers, baby. Ain't no way. My love. Did we really hit 40,000 subscribers, baby?
Yes!
Did we really just hit 40,000 subscribers?
We hit 40K subscribers.
Ain't no way,
40K.
bro. 40K. We about to show y'all exactly what we doing.
Come on.
So we can get y'all some views just like us. YouTube is doing
Literally.
something it's never done before.
Never done.
They are pushing out small creators like you and me. And we about to show y'all exactly what's working for us. We got a bunch of notes right here. We about to walk y'all through exactly how to get these views. Exactly what we doing.
What else?
So y'all can get these views.
Okay.
Get monetized and start making the money with us because this is unbelievable right now.
Really
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I
unbelievable.
almost cried this morning because it was just like real life. I woke up this morning like,
Literally.
ain't no way.
Literally.
40,000. I was just, bro, y'all don't understand, bro. We are regular people like y'all. You know what I'm saying? And we got experience doing this. Well, I got experience doing this. She brand new to the YouTube game, but she's starting to see everything that I'm telling y'all, that we are telling y'all is working for her channel too. She about to be monetized. When she got a very small channel, we about to get y'all monetized.
Yes.
And YouTube, small creators are taking over this platform right now, y'all.
Okay.
We about to change the game on YouTube, and we ain't selling y'all no courses. We giving y'all free game in this one because we know what it's like to struggle in life, bro.
That's true.
This is like we in the 2003. We live we live in low income housing.
We real.
Like
We real.
we know what life
Yes.
is like to struggle, bro. So if this is working for us, we trying to get y'all hip and get y'all this free game. Don't buy no courses. We ain't never gonna do that to y'all. We just want to help y'all because we wish it was people out there helping us like this. You know what I'm saying? And we've been seeing that our content has been helping a lot of y'all.
So I saw a lot of people in the comment section, the older people that he doesn't understand why he has an older demographic, try to help him. And he, for a lack of a better word, I'm just going to say he kind of spit in their face, right? You know, and he said, stop telling me how to live my life. And this is where Daniel got inspiration from, and a lot of other content creators that were similar to Daniel that struggle, who don't make good decisions, who don't like to listen to people who are older and more mature and experienced than them. They, you know, they kind of spit in your face, right? So this is the sentiment when the money was flowing. This is around, he was getting $28, $30, $40,000. He was doing videos every day where he was showing his analytics. His thumbnails were the analytics, the amount of money that he had made so far that month. He has since removed those thumbnails and removed that content, so I can't show you, but I'm taking you down the timeline of how things change. So this was December 30th. That was Daniel. When Daniel got inspired, December 30th. I played this one when he was telling people, hey, I'm quit my job. YouTube paying. I'm getting 30, 40,000. It's changing my life. So that was this video. Now let's get into this. This is January 17th. Now he's you can tell he's a little bit cleaner. It's a little cleaner now. The beard is a little bit bearded, like you putting that Beijing in it or something. You know, it's a little bit different. It's a little different. So now we get to January 17th. We get to January 17th, which is we following the sentiment. Hold on. Where we at with it? Right here. Where don't leave your job. What is this? It took me 5 years. Where is that at? It took me 5 years. Right here. So where we at on the storyline? Boom. All right, let's see what he's talking about.
Who almost went down the wrong path. I was that statistic. But I believed in myself. And I believed that as long as I kept trying, that I will finally get my life together. I will finally start seeing money that I've been working so hard for. Even though I didn't see it at the beginning, I knew that I would get there one day. But a lot of people made that hard for me. But that's what people would do. People will make you feel like you can't accomplish something, right? The amount of hate I received on this channel over the years, it's been crazy, bro.
Now, the type of comments that I see since Daniel put me on his channel, when Daniel got inspired by this kid, I don't see hate. I see constructive criticism from an older audience. Like he says, he doesn't understand, why do I have these old people watching my channel? So Dontay, I just explained to you why a 28, 29, 30-year-old, whatever you are, I think you're 30 now, why you don't have a younger audience, why you have an older audience. And what you think is hate, I don't see it as hate. I think it's constructive criticism from older people who were in your shoes 20, 30, 40 years ago, and I haven't seen anybody tell you nothing but don't rely on YouTube, stay at your job, gigging ain't enough, being a gigger ain't enough, go get a job, you got a kid, why would you go buy this, why would you do that? And then you say, hey, stop trying to live my life. You do content, you're going to get reactions. People are going to comment. The older generation that is attracted to your content, and I explained you why, they want to see what's best for you, right? They want what's best for you. It's not hate. Most of these people that comment to you are accomplished. So they have a right to tell you where you fucking up at. It's the community, it's the audience that is attracted to you. Listen, your life is your life. If you are going to divulge your life on social media, you are going to be up for scrutiny. You didn't choose to do content on something, let's say, educational. If you did, then the information that you would be putting out from an educational perspective would eventually get scrutinized if someone disagrees with it. But because you vlog and you put out your personal life is going to get scrutinized. This is Unc talking to you, dog. This Unc. I'm 45. You dig what I'm saying? So whatever you put out is going to get scrutinized. And you have to deal with it, or you're going to have to get off YouTube. I haven't seen anybody tell you anything bad. I haven't, me personally, from the comments that I've read.
It's been crazy because at the end of the day, I'm just a father trying to take care of my son, trying to provide for my family.
And this is why they're telling you gigging ain't enough. This is why they're telling you YouTube ain't enough. This is why they're telling you, even though at this particular time, back in December and January, when YouTube was blessing you, because that's all that was a blessing. Sometimes God blesses us and we don't even see the blessing coming. He put you in a situation to help you out of a situation and to set you up. Sometimes you have to recognize that. It doesn't mean it's going to go on forever. A lot of people don't realize that when God is blessing them, they don't realize, yo, this is a blessing. Let me take advantage of it right now and do what I'm supposed to do, because it may not last forever. Those 3 or 4 months where YouTube was pushing this kid and he was getting them $30,000 and $40,000 checks, he clearly ran up over $100,000 in the matter of a quarter. 3 months, because he was posting his analytics every day. Every day I saw him. It wasn't going to last, and I explained earlier why. That was a quick $100,000 and maybe $100,000+ that could have ultimately changed your life if you would have done right by it, if you would have made the right decisions, if you would have listened to the people in your audience.
It's been my whole purpose here, and I never understood why some people tried to tear me down for that. I'm just a real honest dude, man. I don't lie about nothing, and I'm here to tell y'all, bro, this is finally paying off for me. It is finally paying off. It's like, oh my God, bro. I can finally afford to move out of low-income housing, y'all. For the first time in my life, I remind y'all, I moved out my mama crib at 21 years old, y'all. 21 years old. And that was like 6 years ago. A little over 6 years ago. And when I first moved out my mom's crib, I moved into a low income in Pontiac. If you ain't see that video yesterday, I showed y'all my.
So 6 years ago, it say he's 28 now.
Very first apartment I moved into. It was a horrible place, but that was my life. That's all I could afford, right? And then after I moved out of that low income, I moved to this low income, the one that I'm currently in now, right? Again, because I couldn't afford to move into market rate. Now, I was raised by a single mom pretty much ever since I was like 7, 8 years old. And my mom has done the best she could, you know, trying to raise me and my 4 other siblings. You know, my dad walked out my life. I didn't have a father figure. And so I pretty much had to teach myself how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? I had a little guidance from my big brother. You know, he played a little father role for me. But for the most part, I had to figure out life on my own. And I made so many mistakes, y'all. And I never thought that I would actually see, like to actually feel what it's like to see like real money in my account, bro. It's like, it's hard to believe right now.
So now this is the mindset of a person that's getting a blessing. YouTube is pumping him and he's losing focus. He taking his eye off the ball. 30,000 is is not enough to change your life. Even if you get it consistently, consecutively, like he did over the course of maybe 3, 4, 5 months. It's not enough to get this emotional. Now, I don't know he gave his background, but the people in the comment section were telling him, stay working. Put that money to the side, invest it, save it, start getting out of some of this debt that he had accrued, that he, he let people know in his content. He's been doing YouTube for some years now. So he was in extreme debt. So this is a guy that was in extreme debt at this point. And, when that money started to roll in, he started to, this is where he started to lose his way. Listen to me. I'm going to go to the next
Never
video.
had issues keeping a stable job, But for me, I didn't know why I could never hold a job, bro. And that kept me in these circumstances, right? That kept me being broke, even with a son, I had a very immature.
Now, this is where it gets, I can, because he's a gigger. He gigs. But even with the son situation, I'm going to tell you this from an OG perspective, from an OG. Life is about choices and decisions, right? The choices you make, whether they're good or bad, they're going to affect what happens down the road. Kid or no kid has nothing to do with it. You made the choice to whatever. So you got to make the choice to do what you need to do to maintain a job. I didn't go back and watch the old content prior to Daniel putting me up on, but in the content that I watched since Daniel put me on, he always referred back to not being able to keep a job. And even since I watched, he had to go back to work. After the YouTube shit started to slow down and he stopped gigging, he had to start back gigging. He had to go back and find a job. And he just recently got hired with Amazon and they let him go. There's no excuses. There's no excuses even further when you have a child. You should work extremely hard, harder. This place that he says is low income is $1,300 a month. I mean, I don't know what's low income in Pontiac, Michigan, but $1,300 a month market rate to me, from my understanding, is not low income, right? So I don't know if he's having to pay the full cost, but I remember him saying that his market rate is $1,300. So now this is the sentiment of when the money was rolling in back in January. So now let's fast forward to January 22nd. Now this is what you do. You in debt, man. Remember, you're a gigger. You're in debt. YouTube and God is blessing you. You making $30,000, $40,000 a month off YouTube out of nowhere. YouTube is pushing your channel, and then you go do this.
See, it's times like this that give me reasons not to quit. I thought about it over and over again, and then I realized I ain't close to the end. And now
Now, remember in the video from December going into Christmas, he had just hit 40,000, right? Here, they were happy that they just hit 40,000. This was December 30th. So from December 30th to January 22nd, so a little less than a month, they gained 20,000 subscribers. This is how much YouTube was pushing them. And this is why he was getting that 30, 40,000 a month in ad revenue. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications.
Just to get rising, I'm trying to turn my money times 10. How precious time is, I promise can't waste it no more. I've been trying to build my channel so they can see myself grow. Bro, respect.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Good. First things first.
Got a couple things I want to show you.
Look at your tire.
Hand me this flashlight.
Yeah, I already know tires need to be changed. Yeah.
Now look at that tire. Look at that tire. That tire bald as a bald head scoochie rat. Bald head scoochie rat. Your head can't touch your back. Bald head scoochie rat. Your head can't touch your back. That's an old house song from Chicago. Y'all wouldn't know nothing about. Bald head scoochie rat. Your head can't touch your back. Look how bald them tires is, pimp. Now, mind you, it's January. He been running up a bag for at least a month or two on YouTube. This ain't the first month he did 30,000. He had YouTube started pushing him about a month too prior. About a month too prior, he was running up 20, 30 bucks. So now you still riding on bald head scoochie rat. Your head can't touch your back. Bald head scoochie rat. Your head can't touch your back. He got bald head scoochie rat tires. Look how bald them tires is. Listen, them tires so bald that I know when he be driving the wheel, the steering wheel be doing that.
Flashlight, just so you can take a look.
God,
this is more
damn.
Smaller. But up in here, right here.
Yeah.
If I push, look over there.
Okay.
It's causing.
Yeah.
So.
Hold on.
I just.
Damn, I pushed the wrong button.
Is on the back of the car.
Hold on.
It's locked up.
Yeah.
It's causing that tire to move.
Okay.
Look how bald that shit is, bro. You can't even see the goddamn it thread on that motherfucker.
Tire shouldn't move at all.
Okay.
On this side, if you look right here, you have this ball joint that is moving.
Okay.
The back left brake is locked up.
Yeah. Hold on, buddy. I got hold you.
Biggest part I want to show you.
No.
Stop.
No. Get down.
No.
You said no.
The frame on the back of the car is very rusted.
Okay.
If you look right here, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be completely boxed.
Right.
Up here, it's just missing that, and including where the spring is. So that spring is actually trying to push up into that frame rail.
So basically how brittle this gets is that was solid metal. So that's basically holding your whole car together.
And that's both sides.
Dang.
So I have a little one as well.
Yeah.
So I just want you to be aware.
It's not safe to drive at this point.
Hypothetically, if you were to get hit from the back, there's no structure anymore, and the back of the car could just crumple. And it, just because of where it's at, it's like this section.
You can tell the guy the mechanic, he keeps doing this. It's like he really want to say something, but he's trying to be as nice as possible. He probably really want to say like, how or why did you let it get to this point? Notice he said, I got a little one as well. So he's looking out for him. He feels the situation. It's touching him. You see what I'm saying? This shit right here, I don't know how long, there's obviously probably was some signs that something was going on, but those tires, bro, there's no reason those tires should be that bald, especially with a little one, bro. This type of car, you can go to Discount Tire, even if you got to get the cheapest tires. You can get tires for this type of car, even if you got to get the cheapest tire for $80 a tire. Even if you got to get one or two at a time, because you're struggling. There's no reason for those tires to be that bald.
Somebody was to hit you at a higher rate of speed, there's nothing stopping that car from hitting the back seat. If that makes sense. I just want everybody to be safe and be on the same page.
Gotcha.
That's the big part. So
Okay.
I just don't want somebody to hit you one day and have something bad happen.
Gotcha.
So those two pieces, they are what gives your car all the rigidity. So
Is essentially the skeleton of your car.
Yep.
In a sense, right? Now, if your skeleton starts to deteriorate, sooner or later your arm's gonna go limp. If this gets hit by anything that's transparent as possible, God forbid that happens,
Dada.
the car is just gonna basically transfer into yours because there's nothing holding it back other than
Dada.
this stuff,
Excuse
which
me.
is not too thick.
Dada.
So what would y'all recommend? Just getting a whole new whip?
yeah,
I would. Okay.
just safety wise, I would.
Yeah, to be transparent, because it's right now.
Nice inside. I mean, like, the body still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But having that there, it's just not safe.
Okay.
Having a little man in the back.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
I really appreciate that. So, all right, cool.
Get it down and get it out of here for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm completely honest.
That's fine,
Yeah.
actually.
If you're driving anywhere, just make it home.
Make it home.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I would not even leave the house with this. I'm gonna be transparent with you.
So based on what we saw, I can agree with those guys. All right, the tires is one thing, but the undercarriage from what we saw, I 100% agree. Now it's decision time. God is blessing the kid. You know, it's 2 consecutive months, or 2 or 3 at this point, of $20 plus or $30,000 plus. Let's say $20,000 to $30,000 in ad revenue. So within the last 2 to 3 months, he's made about $40,000, $50,000 on YouTube. Right? What are you gonna do?
The dealership now. About to get my brand new truck. As y'all saw at the beginning of the video, this car is no longer safe to drive. So the auto parts store recommended that we get a new car ASAP because the framing of the car is just literally almost nothing there for real. Right? It's so old and rusted, and he said if somebody was to crash into the back of the whip, God forbid, that mug, they will go straight through to the back seat because there's literally no structure underneath there. So they like, no. I'm like, absolutely not. We out of here. That's all y'all have to say. So I'm at the dealership right now, finalizing the deal for the truck. I'm getting the 2019 Ram pickup truck. I've always wanted a pickup truck. I was gonna wait. Hold on, let me start this car up. This reason.
So he went from what we see to a 2019 Ram pickup truck. Now, some of y'all may be thinking like, well, that is kind of a jump. But if you don't drive a pickup truck, or you've never owned a pickup truck, I've owned a couple pickup trucks in my day. I still own a pickup truck. Pickup trucks aren't cheap. They're expensive. They're more expensive today than as time goes on, they get more and more expensive, right? So, and they hold their value very, very, very well. So a 2019 pickup truck, you may think it may be cheap. Well, it's a 2019. He bought it in 2025. Not quite. But here's the thing. Remember, I said he had bad credit. He's gigging. YouTube is blessing him. God is blessing him. He has bad credit. He owes a lot of people. So granted, he does need a new car. He should have made a better car buying decision. He wanted to stunt with the big dogs. Remember, he has bad credit now. Follow me.
Code out here. I was gonna wait and just get this car repaired, but now they saying that this car is pretty much beyond repair. They would literally have to rebuild.
He took what they said as a reason to go out and do the dump to dump. He could have went out and bought another car. He could have went out and bought a $10,000 car. You got 2 consecutive months of $30,000 revenue from YouTube, 60 grand. You could have went out and bought you a $10,000, $15,000 car. But let's see what he got. Let's see what he got.
Put that mug up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They just detailed that mug, got it all cleaned up. This is my new truck, y'all. My brand new truck. Hold on, let me see what the inside of that mug looking like real quick.
And I'm gonna give you a spoiler. They got his goofy ass. Listen, they got his goofy ass. They got him. They got him.
Oh no. Woo-hoo! Boy, that is sexy. Quit playing. Oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on, y'all. We about to go in here in a minute. Sign the final paperwork so we can drive home in our brand new truck, bruh. That's crazy, bruh. But all right, y'all, let me go finish up this paperwork and we finna drive home in our brand new truck, bruh. This is crazy, bruh. This is crazy. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! I got my dream truck, boy, what? Quit playing with me! Quit playing, boy! The Ram 1500 all white match.
Now, you would have been deemed a hater if you would have commented January 2nd, because the young generation, you become a hater when you say shit, when you say, you know, certain shit that, you know, may be triggering to them. You may be telling them the truth, but then they deem it as hate, right? And there was a lot of people in the comment. There was people that were happy for him, but then there were also people that were in the comments that were reminding him of all his financial responsibilities because they have been following his channel, right? Following his journey for years, and plus all the debt that he had. Plus they already knew his credit sucked. So there's going to be more detail into the loan, and I'm going to get to that. It was a separate video. The realization of what we consider buyer's remorse set in once he realized and did research after making this emotional decision, because he had a few ducats in his pocket, because YouTube was blessing him at the time, and because the mechanic shop told him, yo, this car ain't worth driving. Instead of him driving home, mulling it over, looking at the money that was coming in and making the best financial decision for himself and his family, because he has a girl and a young child, he goes to the dealership and buys this.
And there's no quit playing time. Bro, YouTube, you amazing, boy. I tell y'all, boy, if it weren't for YouTube, I wouldn't even got this truck, boy.
He believes YouTube at this point, because YouTube is blessing him, it's going to last forever.
Wasn't for YouTube, I would not have gotten this truck. Let me calm down real quick, bro. Quit playing. Paperwork finalized. We good. This is my truck. Hey, man. Hey, man. Look, hey, hard work pays off. You heard me? Let's get up in this bit real quick. Get y'all a little talk real quick. Quit playing big body Ram. I always wanted a pickup truck, y'all. Literally my dream truck, bro. This boy is equipped with everything. Heated seats, heated steering wheel.
Remember, he's still living in low income too. Don't forget.
Hold on. With the shiny rims though. With the shiny rims. Hold on, hop in the back. Look how much room we got in this mug, bro. Look when we get in here. And things just gonna pan out, bro. I started YouTube 5 years ago, bro, and I started it because I wanted to make some extra money, but I didn't know I would actually to actually be here, bro. Is different, bro. All
right, so he making money. The financial decision making now that he's making money is not where it should be. So now let's get to, that was January 22nd. Now let's go to January 29th. January 29th, I regret buying a new truck. Interesting. Now let's find out What January 29th? That's the whole.
And you can share it to people and people can purchase it for you. Now, the whole idea of me doing that was because I seen other YouTubers doing it. It seemed to be like a really big thing on YouTube right now. And, you know, so I just tried it out. And so I shared the link to it. And the next day I read some of the comments and some of the people just thought I was kind of being greedy. And, like, they like, well, Dontay, you don't need this stuff. You can afford this stuff and things like that. Like, just kind of misinterpreting the whole concept of me doing the video. So let me make this clear, y'all. The other people I see doing this making way more money than me on YouTube. Like some of the bigger YouTubers who do like the PO box openings, they make hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, right? And just because I got some decent months on YouTube right now don't mean I'm rich. I've seen somebody say, well, Dontay rich, and he asking people for stuff. Who rich? No, boy, I ain't rich. Heck no. I just had a really good month on YouTube last month and a really good month this month. It's no.
So you know I'm not capping. I told you it was 2 months. I remember when he was showing the analytics and the amount of money. 2 months he goes out and does the dun-to-dun. Still living in low income, still old creditors, still bad credit score. And he does this. Follow me now. He's a gigger. He's a gigger now.
Guarantee that that's going to be the same long term. But
he said he doesn't guarantee it's going to be the same long term, but yet and still he went and made this decision. Now he's regretting the truck. I want to get into the details of the financing of the truck. Give me one second though.
I'm trying to tell y'all is that the whole idea of me doing a wish list unboxings and sharing the link for y'all to participate is for the video idea. I thought it'd be a cool video to just unbox some stuff that y'all sent to help support, you know? Obviously, it's not like I needed help with anything. I don't have good credit, bro. My credit score.
All right, so let's get to the
shop and to bring me to this point, right? Right before I open these, let me talk about the car real quick. I'm gonna open these at the end of the video, so keep watching. The whole situation about the car. Now, the only reason I got this truck was because my last car that I had, it was a 2003 Ford Escape that I had actually got through the state of Michigan, right? It was this place called Michigan Works where they help people who has kids, you know, get transportation, get a job and things like that. This was when I was on cash assistance, food stamps and everything. This was like maybe a year and a half ago, right? I was like broke. I was down bad, so I needed help. I couldn't afford a car or nothing, so they helped me get that car. So I had that car for 2 years, right? It's been riding good, but mind y'all, this is a 23-year-old car, right? So I've been driving them up for 2 years. Last week, it broke, right? It broke. Transmission went out, whatever. I don't know how it happened. So I took it to the shop to get the transmission fixed, right? No, the alternator went out. So I took it to the shop. I got the alternator fixed. And then I took it to another shop to get the transmission fixed. And when I took it to the shop to get the transmission fixed, they told me the car was not safe to drive because the framing of the car was deteriorated, right? So if anybody would have crashed into the car at a high rate of speed, they would have went straight into the back seat. So it was not safe for my son to even be in that car. It wasn't even safe for me to drive that car, period. Right? So I had no choice. Now, I was hesitant. I was going to just not put my son in the car, and I was just going to keep driving it and just buy another older car. That was the plan.
That's what you should have did. And I know you regret not doing that now. And I know you regret not listening to your audience, your older audience that you seem to not understand why you have an older audience. I bet you wish you would have listened to them now, don't you?
But I did not want to go through the whole situation of buying another older car. Now, if y'all don't know, cars are expensive, very expensive. So I would have came out of pocket at least $5,000 to get any type of decent car that runs with no problems, with not that many problems, right? So it was a.
He said he would have came out at least $5,000. Now, mind you, he's making about $30,000 a month. So within the past 2 months, he said himself, he did about 60 grand in 2 months.
Hard decision. I was just gonna buy another older car, but I drive a lot, right? So I needed something reliable. So I ended up getting this, which is a car note. Let me explain this to y'all. I don't have good credit, bro. My credit score is like 500, bro. So I had to put a lot of money down to get into this car, right? For one. And for two, let me let y'all know how crazy this is. I don't know too much.
So if one person is asking, man, I remember he had a bunch of consecutive months on YouTube where he was making 30,000. So a guy with a 500 credit score, how much money you think he had to put down? So when people are trying to figure out where did all the money go, why is he getting evicted now?
About car loans and interest rates or nothing like that. I didn't care, right? I was at the dealership just like, okay, well, if y'all can get me into this, I'll take it, right?
Oh, we gonna
so it wasn't until when I did get
because I want y'all to hear that.
For one, and for two, let me let y'all know how crazy this is. I don't know too much about car loans and interest rates or nothing like that. I didn't care, right? I was at the dealership just like, okay, well, if y'all can get me into this, I'll take it, right? So it wasn't until when I did get approved for this, right? And I did get approved for this, I had to put some money down. They got me into this mug, right?
The only reason they approved you is because you proactively went in there with a bag. Once they ran your credit score, the first thing they said, man, you got a bad credit score. They had to find a lender. And then they told you, you're going to have to put a bag down. Now, you're making $30,000. You did 30. So let's see what you had to put down.
Next day, I read the paperwork, right? Why is the interest rate 20.83, right? Like, let me explain. I didn't know nothing about this. I had to look all this stuff up because I didn't even know what I got myself into, right? I had to look all this stuff up. The interest rate is 20.83%, right? Let me remind y'all, a regular interest rate ranges between like 5 and 7, right?
Cap, who told you that? Who told him that? He said he looked at the fucking paperwork the next day. Who told you that a regular interest rate is between 5 and 7? That's just the same. That's just like the stupid people that say, hey, don't take nothing, who don't know you. You go into a Facebook forum and they say, hey, man, as long as you don't take nothing that's less than $2 a mile, you should be fine. They don't know what your cost per mile is. So a person who just tells you, man, as long as you don't take nothing less than $2 per mile, and they don't even know what your operational cost is, that's just like him saying an average rate is 5 to 7. How? Everybody's credit is different. This is 2025. Most people that get in cars now is paying at least 8 on a used car, minimum 9-10%. What are you talking about? 5 to 7. What is he talking about? Wait. Let's get back to the video.
And let me explain. Let me put this in simpler terms for y'all. So with that high interest rate, because I don't have good credit, right? That means over the course of the next 6 years, I will be paying double what this car is worth. This car is worth $23,000. This truck, a 2019 Ram 1500, is worth $23,000, right? By the end of this term, I will have paid $51,000. That's $21,000 in interest, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got bad credit. You bought a $23,000. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this from a business perspective. He had 2 months, December and January. Now, mind you, let's look. This is January 29th. He had 2 months, December and January. We made about 30 grand a piece, 60 grand. The truck was 20,000. His rent is 1,300. So let's take the 30,000 from 28,000. I think it was January, and then 30,000. A little over 30,000, I think he did January of this year. So let's just round it to 60,000. Your rent is 1,300. You live in low income. So you say, right? Boom. He would have been better off if he wanted to do the dun-to-dun. He would have been better off. He would have been better off taking the January check from Google and just buying the truck outright. He could have negotiated and said, man, I got 20,000 for you right now. If he wanted to really crash out the right way, I would have given him more credit if he would have just blew 20,000 of that fucking 30 and just bought the truck outright. Instead, he goes, he does the dun-to-dun, he signs a finance agreement for 20.83% for I don't know how many years, and he looks at the shit the next day and then gets mad and then comes back to YouTube.
Right? Horrible loan, bro. It's a horrible loan. So when I found that out, I tried to take this mug back to the dealership the next day. I'm like, can y'all unwind this and take me out the deal? They tried to pull the, oh, well, you can't do it and everything is already processed. And
you can't unwind bad decision making, young man. Life is about choices and decisions. When you sat in the finance manager's office and they told you to sign here, what you did the next day, which is read the contract, the bill of sale, the first or second line when you buy a car, you're going to see a line. And it's going to be either typed in or put in. Nowadays, I don't know what dealership he went to. When I go buy cars now, the whole table is digital. And they give you a stylus and the contract is on the desk and you just sign the desk. You dig what I'm saying? But on that second line, you're going to see that blank line and it's going to have the interest rate. That means you didn't read anything. And if you did, you didn't understand what you were getting yourself into. Once you sign the contract, game over, pimp. Welcome to the real world.
normally dealerships still can, but they didn't want to because they was already desperate trying to sell me a car. And so I tried to take it back. I couldn't, and I was going to do a voluntary repossession. I didn't care. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to pay this, bro. Like,
the man was going to do a voluntary repossession 24 hours later.
Like y'all pretty much lied to me. I thought about suing for file a civil lawsuit.
Where they lied to you at? You didn't read the contract. All the young people that's watching this is why we going through this. You know what I'm saying? This is decisions. YouTube is a business. People look at gig work as a business. I don't look at it as a business. I don't think gigging is a business. I wouldn't go buy a fucking 2019 pickup truck to do YouTube and gigging. How did they lie to you? You got a contract that you read the next day. You signed it. You realize what you signed the next day, young man. Nobody lied to you.
Because I felt like they lied to me for real, bro. But they did kind of explain to me a little bit when I tried to take the car back. They explained to me like, well, the rate is what it is because of your credit, right? But it doesn't mean, they tried to tell me that it doesn't mean I have to go out the full term, right? If I work on building my credit over the next 6 months or a year, then I can look into refinancing the car.
Never refinance a car. Stupid as shit. Like, they telling you that shit to get you up out their face. They telling you that shit to get, like, refinancing the car is even a stupider decision than the decision of buying the goddamn thing you bought. If you gotta get, if it get to a point where you gotta refinance the car, you shouldn't have bought it in the first place. They said you that so to get you up out their face. Man, get out of here. We don't want to hear this shit. Man, we sold you. We got you. We did our job. Commission check on the way, baby. That's similar to the brokers. They there to sell you a load. The car salesman is there to sell you a car. The car salesman doesn't give a fuck about your ignorance. This is the lesson, guys. People don't care about your ignorance. People don't care about your plight. The car salesman probably has a family too, and they looking at that commission check. It's January. That salesman probably just blew a bag on his kids for Christmas. Car buying in January is slow. So a salesman that sells a car in January, why would he teach you and why would he talk you out of a commission? Why would he talk you out of buying something and talk himself out of a commission? If Shorty would have came to me and I'm a car salesman, I would have sold him the car too. 500. Oh, we got us one. We got us one on the new. On the new. When I go back to the finance office, this is what I'm telling the finance man. Man, I got blood out here. Young. Credit score 500. Man, we can get him. Yeah, he was telling me all his business. He's so happy that his YouTube channel blowing up. Yeah, he don't make that much because he a gigger, but he showed me his bank account. He had $30,000 deposited from Google, and then he had another $28,000 deposited last month, and he showed me his channel. Look, this is his channel right here. Oh, so he's a YouTuber. Yeah, so he got $60,000 for the past month. All right, well, let's see if we can get the bank. We can't call Bank of America. Bank of America is not going to do the deal. Chase ain't going to do it. Ally. Let's see if we can call some second, third tier finance company. Let's call what's that company that Kenneth went to down in Miami? One of them, Perco. Let's call Perco and see if Perco will do the deal. Get Perco on the phone. Perco, yeah, well, he got 500 credit score. Perco, yeah, we'll do the deal. We'll give him a 20.83. All right, go get it. All right, great, man. Got good news for you. If you give us 10 or 15,000, I think he tells us how much he had to put down. I think it was like 10 or 15,000 dollars down. If you got 10, because I see you got 30,000 last week, 2 weeks ago, and I see you had to show us your account. You still sitting there. If you give me 10, 15,000 right now, you'll drive home today. All right, let's do it. He went in the back. They put the paperwork in front of him. He didn't read all that shit. He signed it. They already knew what to do. They said, man, stretch it out. How many years we can stretch it out? Man, stretch it out 72 months to make the note a little smaller. So, because we don't want him to second guess. When he come back to the finance office, just automatically put him at 72 months. Can we stretch it to 84 months? Stretch it all the way to the point where he ain't second guessing when he come and get the note as low as he possibly can. This is what I would have been doing if I was the sales guy. Because see, right now, he fooled. I'm trying to get the commission check, baby. I'm working on commission. I'm a salesman. I'm not there to teach you about how ignorant this decision that you're about to make. I'm there to take advantage of your goofy ass. And that's exactly what the fuck happened to him.
Meaning I can go try to refinance through a credit union or through some other bank with a lower interest rate, right? So that's the plan, right? But yeah, I was about to I called the loan is through Capital One, right? And so I called them. I'm like, bro, y'all can come.
So Capital One got him. Capital One said, all right, we'll do it. Capital One said, all right, we got him. Capital One said, yeah, we'll take the chance on him.
Pick this mug up.
Shout out to Capital One.
I'm not about to pay on this mug because they pretty much lied to me. They didn't explain to me. They made me seem like I was getting in a good deal.
They don't have to explain shit to you, sir. They don't have to explain shit to you. They didn't make it seem like nothing. It's your job to determine if you're getting in a good deal or not. They don't have to explain nothing. You came to buy a car. We showed you the car. We let you test drive it. We told you what you need to put down. We told you what the goddammit the note was going to be. It's your decision to read. This goes back to what I tell you. Every time people make dumbass decisions when it comes to business, they always place the blame. This is why we paralleling this shit. This is a great business lesson. Since he's a gigger, and we talk about gig shit on this channel, right? A business decision, because he's a YouTuber. And it falls into what the topics we've been talking about lately. Look at how he's placing the blame for his poor decision-making skills. Hold on.
Lied to me. They didn't explain to me. They made me seem like I was getting in a good deal, you know. But under the circumstances, I guess the fact that I still was able to get into a truck was still great, right? But
wrong. Just because you were able to get into it don't mean it was good. You were better not getting into this truck, sir.
Could have just gotten to something way different, right? I just didn't understand it. So I did not want to get this truck, y'all. I did not want to get this truck in the first place. I got it because I needed a car.
Well, you could have went out and you could have got you a Ford Fiesta. You could have went out and got you a Hyundai Elantra or whatever. A 10-year-old. He could have went out and got him a 12-year-old Toyota Camry for under 10 grand. He could have just paid cash. He just got 30,000 that month off of YouTube and 30,000 a month before. It's him, his girl, and a toddler Fuck, you need a big ass pickup truck and you do gig work. You ain't pulling no trailers. What you need a pickup truck for? He could have went and spent $10,000 and been good.
And what I'm paying, my car note, I'm paying $695 a month for this, right? In which the payments won't start until I think 2 months from now. So $695, and I have to keep full coverage insurance on here. So the insurance that I got is farmer's insurance, which was $495. So
$695. They stretched that note out. If he paying $695, 51,000, 20%, they got him in like a 72-month deal. Like I said. Let's do the math real quick. Hold on. Let's do the math. 695. Where my calculator at? What am I calculating? 695 times 72. Yep, I called it. 72 months. They stretched it out. 72 months. And then he paying another $495 for insurance. Asinine. $500. $500. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. Ain't that what the young people say? That's crazy work. That's what they say. That's diabolical.
5 plus 495, I believe it's like 1,100. So that's 1,100 alone that I have to pay just for this car. Y'all know, bro, I'm still sitting here contemplating this, bro. Like real life. I know it looks good on camera, bro. It looks good. Oh, you got a truck, bro. No, bro, that junk is too expensive. What the heck? You feel me? I didn't realize
what the hell?
Like how
what the hell?
Stupid this loan was until I really did my own research and realized that, bro, that interest rate is crazy for real. But given my credit,
you did your own research after you signed the deal. What the hell?
I guess I ain't had no other choice. But I guess I could have bought a car, right? That was my only other option.
Duh.
Another older car, I should say. I couldn't have like bought this, straight cash. I ain't got $23,000 cash to spend on the truck. In which, after all the taxes and fees, it would have came out to like $28,000 total in cash. And I ain't got that. So, and like I said, bro, I'm still contemplating on this right now, bro. Like, I'm thinking about filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, bro. Because it's like, bro, no. You feel me? That's a lot of money, bro. Like, y'all know, bro, I know what it's like to be broke, bro. Broke. That's why I had to pay off all that debt I was in. All of the debt. You feel me? And that ain't even all of it, you right? I still got some debt I still have to pay off, bro. Like my past history, credit, all that stuff was just horrible, bro.
So it goes back to what I said earlier. He has a lot of past debt and he still has past debt. So when that money started to come in those 2 months, he took a large amount of that money and paid off a lot of that debt. He clearly doesn't know the art of negotiation. A lot of that debt that he probably had at that point had been sold to a credit collector. He could have easily called them and finessed it and made a deal. For instance, let's say he had a debt, let's say for someone for $5,000. He could have called and said, look, can we do a deal? If you close this debt, if you can say cut the debt in half to $2,500, I got $2,500 right now to settle the debt. It's a possibility that some of those creditors would do the deal, right? You have to finesse certain things. 2, you had 2 good months on YouTube and you still need to cash flow your family. So you take the money and you start doing deals. You're making the right decision to take care of your past debts, your past responsibilities, but you don't want to alleviate all the cash flow that you got because it's not going to last forever. You set up arrangements. The ones that you can negotiate, that you can probably pay off, right, that aren't that expensive. Yes, the ones that are higher, those are the ones that you probably want to negotiate deals and see if you could cut that down and then set up some type of payment term. But to just just to spend the money because you think you're doing it right, which you are, but it could have been ways that you could have finessed that a little bit better. So a lot of the money went to that, and then a lot of the money went to this truck.
So the money that I'm making now, bro, I'm trying to get everything. I'm trying to build my life back up from all the stupid mistakes I made as a young teenager, as a young adult. You feel me? So I'm not out here splurging on money, bro. Like, I'm trying to move out of low income, which...
That's cap, bro. You just splurged on a pickup truck that you couldn't afford. This was a splurge because it wasn't a good financial decision. You don't go from a raggedy 2003, whatever that was, a Ford Escape, to a $50,000 pickup truck. And it's $50,000 because that's what you're going to finance it. What they sold it to you for and what you're going to pay for it is two different things. But what you're paying for it is what it's worth to you because that's what you're paying for it. $51,000. You can't afford it, bro. So that was a splurge. That was a poor financial decision. It was a splurge, sir.
I shouldn't even be...
Unc talking to you. I hope you don't get in your feelings. Listen to me, young man. Unc talking to you. Listen.
Trying to move, to be honest. I need to be staying put. But I personally want to move. You know what I'm saying? I want to get out there, pay some other rent, get some real credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to build some credit for real. You know, and I'm trying to prove to myself that I can survive outside of low income, right? So what y'all know is if I move, bro, like I'm gonna be paying however much in rent plus another $1,000. That's gonna be like $2,500 just between living and a car note every month, right? Thankfully, right now, I'm making more than that on YouTube, right? I'm making more than what the living expenses would be, but it's not to say that would stay that way long term. But I'm a hustler, man. I do what I gotta do to make their money. So you dealing with the banks. So now I'm talking like my dealings with the whole car situation is with the bank itself, right? Chrysler Capital. So if I did a voluntary repossession, what the bank would do is they will come get the car in about 2 weeks. And I know this because I called them about it. Like, I'm real life, nigga. Like, y'all think I'm playing? I called them like, bro, I'm thinking about doing this, bro. Cause I called the bank and I asked them like, bro, can y'all, like, cause I went to the dealership acted like I couldn't take the car back. So I called the bank. I'm like, bro, they not letting me take this car back. Can y'all come get this mug? Like, it's only been a couple days. Can we just like cancel the deal? And they told me they couldn't do it, unfortunately. Which is crazy because before I signed the final documents, I looked up on Google, if you could take a car back within a certain amount of time. And some companies or some banks in some states do like a 14-day cooling off period. So that's what I thought I had for a second. So I ain't, but
what's crazy is while he was doing the deal, he looked that up, but he didn't take the time to see if the finance rate was good or nothing like that. He was concerned about if he could bring the car back. I've never been in the finance office and that ever crossed my mind. If that is what crossed your mind for you to look up, then that is a clear indication that you cannot afford the vehicle. Unc talking to you. You looking up, can you bring the car back instead of trying to research and understand the financial responsibility that you're about to get yourself into regarding the finance rate, the obligations. You looking up, can you bring the car back? If that's the only thing that came across your mind to look up while you sit in the finance office, that's a clear indicator that you can't afford the car.
They didn't have that, right? It's like once you sign the documents, and drive off the lot, you own the car. So they told me I could do a voluntary repossession and that they'll come grab the car in 2 weeks. So I asked them, I'm like, so what'd happen if I did the voluntary repossession? They said, well, they'll come pick up the car in a couple weeks and the bank will sell the car at auction, right? Now, depending on the highest bidder at the auction, however much the bank is able to sell the car for, then I will be responsible for paying the remaining balance. So this is a $23,000 car. So say the bank sold the car for, $15,000, right? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I'll still be responsible for the remaining 8,000. So if I did a voluntary repossession, it would just be best if the bank was able to sell the car for at least close to what it's worth, right? So I won't end up paying that much. But with the Chapter 7 bankruptcy, right? If I did a voluntary repossession and then say I still owe $5,000 on it because they was only able to sell it for like $15,000, right? I could file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which will remove that debt, right? And that was something I've been considering even before I got a car.
He thinking about filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy for a $50,000 debt. You better off just calling them, telling them to come pick the goddamn truck up, and letting the voluntary repo sit on your credit for 7 years than to file it. Chapter 7. Like, if you want to file Chapter 7, if you file in Chapter 7, you shouldn't file Chapter 7 for $50,000, bro. You got to weigh the option. He's saying, oh, I'm just going to file Chapter 7 and going to erase it away. He's saying it like it's a good thing. Well, guess what? That Chapter 7 is going to sit on your credit for longer than if you just did the voluntary repo and that sat on your credit. Like, if you're going to file Chapter 7, you need to be owing hundreds of thousands and millions. Like, $50,000 is not enough. And see, this is where it goes back from the educational business standpoint. When people make emotional decisions, the reason why this kid can't get ahead in a life perspective and even from a business perspective, from a lot of decisions that he makes from a business perspective, let's say from his household and from the shit he does like gigging and YouTube and make money, because a lot of his decisions, he doesn't think them through and or they're based off emotions. He doesn't do any research. There's no fucking way. If I fall on hard times and my debt is $50,000, then I'm just going to put that shit, I'm not going to pay you, put that shit on my credit for 7 years. I'm not going to file Chapter 7 for $50,000, bro. No one, like, no. What are we talking about? $1 million? Yes. $800,000, $900,000? Yeah. $2 million? Yeah. $50,000? Come get this bitch. If it's either come get it or Chapter 7, voluntary repo, or Chapter 7, voluntary repo. $695 for 72 months. 28 years old. Not bad. Bad decision, but it's something that right now you got to thug it out. $695 ain't hard to come by. It was a bad, poor decision, and we going to get to why, because obviously we know the title of the eviction, but I'm giving you the storyline. But come on, big dog. This goes back to a lot of you box truck guys that come in and you make emotional decisions. You make the decision to come in with $3,500, $5,000 because how kind of like Daniel was sold this dream. Like kind of like Daniel was sold this dream right here when he was talking about Dontay London, and he got excited because Dontay London was starting to make $30,000, and Daniel was a gigger / content creator, and he made this video all pumped up. That's the same shit as people that follow that $5,000 shit, or I can rent a box truck and this, that, and I'm going to make all this money, and then boop, you come in and you find out that it was cap. Just like Daniel and all these people, because they was listening to this shit. Even he didn't even know. He thought his shit was going to last. No, it shit don't work like that. All right, so boom, we know he got finesse.
Eliminate the debt that I had, but I know a bankruptcy is still something that show up on your credit for at least 7 to 10 years as well. I don't know too much about the bankruptcy, but it's something that I'm definitely looking into. Like, y'all understand, bro? Like, my whole point for this year is to not be in debt. So the fact that I got a car loan, and the only reason I got this was because of YouTube money is looking decent. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I can pay off a couple months ahead. I'd never be worried about it, because I can just pay, pay the car note for the next 2 months. You know, put that money up, so I'm good. Next YouTube check, another 2 months. Next YouTube check, another 2 months. And by the 6th month, maybe I can look into refinancing, especially since I'm paying off all my debt. But yeah, bro, like, I'm not trying to be paying all this money for no car, bro. Like, and it's crazy. The immature part about me is that, bro, I don't even care about the credit for real, in which I should. That's something that I'm trying to learn now. I don't care about credit. So me, as of right now, bro, I don't care. If I don't want to pay this shit, bro, I'm not going to pay it, bro. Like, no, because I didn't have no knowledge of the interest rates or nothing like that. Now I do. So my best bet would be, if I do decide to turn the car in, hopefully I don't got to do that.
And see, this is why YouTube is dangerous. Because, you know, he has an older audience, which they clash, but it's going to be young people like Daniel that was inspired by him when YouTube was pumping him, that's going to take what he said, and then they going to they going to feel the same. Man, fuck credit, because Dontay said it. And then when they get later on in life, they're going to realize how that was a bad choice.
But if
it's fuck credit now because you made a bad decision that you jumped into, and you realizing it because you did the research after the fact.
The finances get too tight, this mug gotta go, bruh. I'm gonna just file a bankruptcy and just remove it from my credit and just trust.
Filing bankruptcy for a $23,000 truck is what the young people say, diabolical. That shit crazy to me.
Start rebuilding from there, but a lot of young people get into these car loans and can't pay it off. I know so many people.
More excuses, bro. What do people do when they make bad decisions? They make excuses and they try to find other people so they can have a pity party, because misery loves company. Everybody that makes bad decisions, they try to find other people. I know plenty of people that makes them feel better, bro. Fuck out of here.
In my personal life who got repossessions, bro. And, you know, it's part of life, man. These cars are extremely expensive. You know what I'm saying? And so.
Well, you didn't have to buy it. You could have bought a 12-year-old Toyota Camry. You could have bought a 10, 12-year-old Honda Accord. You didn't have to go out and buy a big-ass pickup truck that you couldn't afford.
Anyways, hopefully I don't got to do that, but worst comes to worst, YouTube money go down, whatever, and I'm just depending on income from my job, like, yeah, nah, come here. Y'all come get this mug, bro. But hopefully it ain't got to happen, so I'm going to keep grinding so that don't happen, because I don't want to mess up my credit any more than it is. But anyways, I ain't got it like that, y'all, so I just don't ever want y'all to think I'm out here on that type of time, you know, or flexing.
Right. So we had to watch that one in depth, because that particular video, you know, it detailed a lot of the poor financial decision as it pertained to the truck, which ultimately has led to the reason why he's in the situation that he is in today. So now let's look at this. So we're going to fast forward from January to May, right? We're going to fast forward from January to May. So, you know, right here, you know, so between January and May, he's making money on YouTube. YouTube is pushing the channel. And then at some point, I don't know which month, because I followed it, but I want to expedite this stream, because if we go through all this content, we're going to be here all day. The money continued to come, and then eventually it plateaued and it started coming down. All right. Between January and May, he did move. They moved out of that place that he called low income, and then they moved into a place that was like almost $1,000 more. I think it was like $2,000 and something a month. Don't quote me. All right. So they moved in. So right around here. And then he also started to realize that the YouTube money was going down. So he started to consider a new job, going back to work. So here's the new apartment, moving out of Section 8 to a new apartment. They gave a tour. It was 2,000 and something. So it was more, way about $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 more than what the previous spot was. Obviously, then he started doing the new home content. So just really increasing his cost of living from that short little run where YouTube was really pumping him, right? So he increased his cost of living significantly. And throughout the course of him increasing his cost of living, you heard that he quit his job. He started to do gigging, right, to kind of supplement what YouTube, to supplement the YouTube money. Eventually the plateau came, and he started to look for a job. So now that takes us to May of this year. And then the content goes from happy to content creation isn't what you think.
Right. And I'm going to explain why. Right. And I want y'all to be careful too, for any up and coming content creators or anybody who thinking about trying to go full time on YouTube. Let me tell y'all the real, I'm talking about like, me and my wife just became full-time on YouTube about 6 months ago, right? And things just
6 months ago is when YouTube started pushing them.
Dramatically like changed like crazy. And I'm explaining to y'all everything that's going on with that. And you don't get a lot of value off this video, bro, especially if you make content on YouTube. Let me explain something to you. So I'm gonna get straight to it. I moved me and my family out of low income housing like 2 months ago, based solely off of YouTube, right? Solely off of YouTube. Now we were making very decent income. I'm not gonna go too deep into detail on exactly how much we was making, things like that. But we were making enough to be able to make the move and to, you know, we was doing fine, doing really well, right? After we moved, right, I changed my whole entire channel, right? Because I was a personal brand, right? It was just my name, Dontay London. But I changed it to the London family recently. I think it was about a month or so ago. I changed the name because of that. But now views were good a few months ago because I was sticking to topics that I knew people would click on and watch, right? I was like just kind of teaching people how to do YouTube. And it was just something that I just tried out, right? Because I was just experimenting with different content at this time. Like 5 months ago, I had just made a video talking about how to grow on YouTube, and it did really well, right? And when I made these videos talking about how to grow on YouTube, my channel started to pick up a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new views, and a lot of money, right? And then a lot of those viewers just started watching us ever since, right? So we got a little bit more of a following. But prior to the channel kind of picking up momentum about 5 months ago, me and my wife were right around like 1,000 or 2,000 views per video, right? I wanted to build just a real community. I wanted to enjoy life with my family and things like that. But I always said that when you vlog and you do things like that, you don't get as many views on YouTube. And it's kind of, I'm trying to show y'all that it's true, it's happening, so me and my wife right now are trying to figure out what type of content we're gonna stick to, what type of content we're gonna continue.
So basically what he's saying, the views are going down, right? During the Christmas holiday in the winter, more people are in the house. Box truck videos are down right now. Me and Entre Mike were talking yesterday. Viewership in totality across all niches go down. Now, because more people are outside, they're traveling, they're doing whatever. That niche that he was in as far as how to do YouTube and vlogging, I kind of touched on the vlogging aspect earlier, but where you're trying to educate people on how to do YouTube, that was during a time period where people had time to research how to do YouTube. People were home for Christmas break. People take vacation because their kids are out of school. So you know what? I want to start a YouTube channel. How should I go about it? That's when they were looking for that content. Ain't nobody looking for that content now. Ain't nobody looking for sad, I'm, fucked up in life content right now. People are looking for entertainment or how to get to the bag. That's it and that's all. That content was only going to last for so long. And as soon as YouTube changed the algorithm and pulled the switch on that struggle content, because struggle content works during the holiday season because people are emotional and shit like that, then that was it. So now reality is setting in. And this is what he's saying now. Now we got to figure out what we're going to do because it ain't what we thought it was going to be. And we done went out and we increased our cost of living significantly. And things are starting back to settle back to the way they were.
Where I got to go back to work, right? I got to go get me a job now, and that was something that I've been like kind of contemplating on doing for a while. But I didn't need to over the last 5-6 months because, that thing was good here, everything was good. But reality hit again, I've been through this before on my channel where things picked up and then they kind of leveled back out, right? And I think I'm not saying that I can't maintain our living because we're at a point where we can pay the bills for sure, right? But I had bigger plans for me and my family, and at least right now is just...
All right, so we got the picture there. So that was May 21st. Now let's go to May 24th, going back to a normal job after doing
today
YouTube full time.
I made a very, very big decision. So I'm about to tell you why me and my wife decided that we are not gonna continue to pursue YouTube full time anymore. And I'm gonna tell y'all why we are going back to working a job, and why we are just kind of like gonna just focus on our family more. We ain't go out with her, but she'll be back tomorrow to watch us. That's big, you know. And I understand that, you know, some content gonna resonate more than other, just depending on the type of content you like watching from us. But I appreciate that, you know, y'all tapping in with us and showing us that y'all care in the last video. So this is a very father going back to work and chasing my dream here. You know, it's a big decision, you know, and I've always chosen my dream over a job a lot, you know, but this time I'm serious. Okay. I'm not going to talk about where I'm going to work or anything like that. I'm going to keep all that stuff private, keep that stuff personal.
I can't take the music no more, but we got the point. So we went from thinking about going in, content creation ain't what I thought it was. The views are going back to where they were, going back to work. Now we got back to work. Now we are from May 24th to June 15th. My wife left me and wrote this letter. Now, I'm going to play the letter part out. It does get a little emotional and sad. He went a little bit, once you read the letter and you follow the story, you know what I'm saying, men, you'll know. Women, grown women and grown men will know why, you know what I'm saying. But let's just get into this.
All right. My wife wrote me this letter that I came home to a few hours ago. And I just want to share it. Because honestly, man, I'm having a tough day, y'all. Like, real life, I'm having a tough day. All right. I'm gonna try not to get emotional.
I'm trying to like keep it cool, bro.
Cappuccino.
I'm trying to keep it cool.
Okay. I'm gonna explain everything too, so just listen to it. All right. It says to Dontay. All right.
Hey, bro, listen. Man, there's things to do, bro. There's got to be other ways to make money, bro, versus, you know, like if you got to, all your personal life, you got to play it out on YouTube to make money. This shit crazy, bro. It's got to be another way, bro. It's got to be another way.
All right. Okay. My wife said, I want to share with you from a place of love, care, and deep respect for you and our marriage. Right now, I truly believe we need a little time and space, not to give up on each other, but to breathe, reflect, and seek clarity. This isn't me walking away or leaving you for good. I believe that's what we need right now. I'm praying for you through all of this. I truly hope you reach. My bad, hold on. That's tough, bro. That's tough right now. All right. Okay. Get it together, man. I pray for you through all of this. I truly hope you reach out to Pastor Dan. That's the guy who married us, by the way.
The people who saying, you know, skit comedy, I've done extensive research. This is the real deal. It's him. And I'm telling you this because I study the behavior. One, he's extremely emotional. Two, content creators that do try to pass things off as real, there's one thing that they don't do. They don't strike your channel, right? Because the reactions is what drives the attention back to their channel. He is known for striking people when you react to his content. Even though reactions are okay because it's fair use, what I'm doing is reaction. I'm stopping the video. I'm giving commentary. So he can try it with me. You know what I'm saying? All he want. It ain't going to go his way. But if you play his video and you don't do any commentary, you don't alter the original content, then that's when it becomes, you know, you're stealing his content. I'm reacting, right? He sends strikes to everybody. So I'm probably going to get a strike. I'm not worried about it because I obviously even what I'm saying right now is altering the original form by giving my commentary. But a person who does that type of content and try to pass it off as real, they don't strike you because the reactions and the clips is what further drives people to their channel. A lot of the decisions that he makes, even in that aspect, is emotional. All right. So no, I've done the research. This guy has been doing content for years, you know, and no, this is all real.
I truly hope you reach out to Pastor Dan during this time to talk, to get guidance, and to gain strength, because I think that kind of counsel is so important for our healing and our future. If you truly love me, if you truly care for me the way you say you do, I hope you'll also understand why I feel this. I hope you'll also understand why I feel this is so important, because I love you deeply. I still want us to work. I know that with God.
And for further context, he's just in a bad situation. He's in such a bad situation that the older audience that he has to lean into it. It's like almost he's put so much of his personal life out there, and it seems like everything always goes bad. That's what's paying him. The cliffhanger of like, what dumb decision or what is he going to do next, or how bad is it going to get for him? So it's like he has to continue it. It's like it's bad that he has to continuously show his downfall and his pitfalls, because that's where the revenue is coming from. So it's just like he has to lean into it. That's where you come with the sad music, and that's where he has to come and actually read the letter on camera, because man, fuck it, he's just accepting the fact that, yeah, man, people going to laugh at me, but at least it's going to get a check because I need it right now.
Honesty, humility, we can find our way back to a better, healthier way. I'm praying for your heart, your peace, your mind, and for God to lead us both. I love you. I love you. Oh, no. Get it together. Get it together. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I love you. I will be at my parents' house just so you can get the space you requested. I am your partner. I am your wife. Life isn't easy, but I hold you up in ways you cannot see. You have a breakthrough. Trust it.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right. Hold on, give me a second. One second. One second.
Oh, shit. Hey, listen, I'm never finna cry online because some chick left me, bro. Wife or not, bro. Even if I'm crying, I'm gonna cry in the privacy of my own home. I'm gonna cry in the car. I'm gonna cry in the car behind the tents. I'm not gonna do it online, bro. It's sad that, you know, this is what you got to do to bring revenue in, bro. when you could just go get a job, bro. The reason why she left is because gigging ain't enough. Gigging and YouTube ain't enough, bro. The reason why he wanted space and the reason why they're probably clashing is because of the financial strain that they put themselves into. Because earlier, 6 months ago, it was this. It was this. 6 months ago, it was this.
Monetize and start making.
It was this.
40,000 subscribers, bro. 40,000 subscribers, baby. Ain't no way. My love. Did we really hit 40,000 subscribers, baby? Yes!
When YouTube started to push their shit and he started making $30,000 a month, they was happy. But when they increased their cost of living because they thought that shit was going to go forever, and then YouTube stopped pushing their shit and it plateaued and those revenue checks started to go down, they still had the cost of living for what they created, right? They moved out of low income into that $2,000-something a month apartment. He went out and bought a fucking $50,000 pickup truck. He spent a lot of money on his previous debt and probably instead of probably setting up payment plans. And then we don't know what else he did. So now the household is unstable. What you gonna do? You the man. What you gonna do? So when people be like, man, like the $50,000 guy, and you know, like how Daniel, I used to have all them back and forth trying to explain to him, like, bro, at the end of the day, this is why you need money, and this is why you don't leave money on the table, and this is why when God blesses you with a good month or two on YouTube, it may not last forever. This is why you don't go misappropriate it. This is why you take that money, put it in the kitty, find something to do to take that money and use that money to make more money, but keep working. Because once you take on the responsibility of a wife and the child, and it's crazy that I be having these debates with grown men that like to settle and want $200 and shit like that, or $50,000 a year and all this goofy shit. Like, bro, this is what happens. A lot of dudes, they'll sit up and tell you, oh man, my wife a rider. Yeah, okay. Go broke. The type of wife that's just gonna sit up there and be broke with you, she not a good motivator. I don't want no wife that's, if I hit hard times and I get emotional and I just want to throw in the towel. Nah, I need a chick that's going to tell me, look, man, get your ass up, go out there and get it, or I'm going to go find somebody that will. I don't want nobody that's going to sit and cry with me. That ain't motivation. You was a man. A woman ain't going to stick with you if you can't take care of the household, and you a man, you sitting up there crying and shit. You the head of the household, which means you have to make the decisions for the households, which means you have to make the best financial decisions for the household. You can't. It's just like when I was going back and forth with Zarfis. I clipped it and I put it up a few days ago. And he said, well, men can't fail. This is a great example. No, men can't fail. You have to be Superman 100% of the time. You always got to wear the cape. Why? Because when shit hit the fan, it's your responsibility to go find it. Wherever it is, whatever you got to do. Even if you got to put that mask on, then that's what you may have to do. But at the end of the day, no, you can't fail. Failure is not an option. I'm not going to accept failure as an option. People that's in my circle are not going to accept failure as an option. I'm not going to allow the people in my circle to accept failure as an option, especially a grown man. Even further, a grown man with a family and kids. No, you have to be Superman 100% of the time. Life is going to get hard, but guess what? You got to find that shit. That's why me and Zarfi was going back and forth. So, Mark, men can't fail. You can't fail? No. No. Fail. Fail as a man and sit and cry. Yeah, your wife may cuddle you for a few days, but eventually the shit going to turn her off. Big dog. Because you the person who's supposed to be leading her. Here's what it is.
All right. Okay. My wife, I ain't got my wife with me right now. I ain't got my son with me right now.
Ain't no way he faking that. You know a motherfucker could fake the tears, but when they get that voice, you can't fake that, bro. That's real. That's that real, because it's coming from here, bro. That's real.
No, because it's not my weekend to have my son. And so it sucks, man. It sucks, man. It's a tough day for me today.
And if he this good of an actor, that nigga need to be in a Tubi movie or some shit.
So I've been having a really hard time just trying to balance things out in life. Me and my wife, you know, we made a lot of big moves really, really fast. You know,
there it go, right there. There it go. We made a lot of big moves really, really fast. There it go. There it go, right there. He just said it.
And you know, we're just having a tough time trying to balance our marriage, balance our life, balance the careers that we trying to go down, balance being parents. It's a lot that we trying to juggle. And you know, we're still young and we still got a lot of things to figure out, but you know, the stress of life has been really getting to me lately, you know, especially as the man and the head of the household. You know, it's a lot on my shoulders to make sure I'm taking care of the family, you know, make sure my wife, my son is taken care of. And
there it go. What I tell you. Now I'm reacting to this shit. So he said they made a lot of decisions quickly, those financial decisions. And guess what? The ultimate decision laid on him. Why? It's his YouTube. He's the man. He's the head of the household, right? He's the man. But it's also his YouTube channel. The revenue is coming to him. He's the creator for this channel. So he made the decision to go do all that dumb shit. And now it's biting him in the ass. So the stress that he's talking about is financial stress. It probably was some promises that was made that's getting broken now. Yeah, they got to go back to work. It's like a bittersweet, that 4, 5, 6 months or whatever it was, and now it's back to reality. But listen, we have accrued a lot more debt because we did the dun to dun. It is what it is.
And it gets so stressful, man. Like very, very stressful. And it's deeper than just money. You know, it's not entirely money. It's just really just trying to figure out which direction I want to go down in my life, bro. Like I am just so uncertain about which path I want to go down. And you know, I'm constantly worried about my future and how my long-term stability and being able to provide and take care of my family. You know, and over the last few weeks, it's been tough, bro. Like, it's been tough. And my wife has been by my side every step, bro. Like, she has not stopped loving me. She has not treated me any different. You know, she stuck by me every day, every morning, every night. She told me it's going to be okay. We're going to work through it. But me, I have a hard time just trying to be like, just like I hear her words. And I do believe that things will be okay. We will work things out. We have each other. But, like, my mind go deeper than you know, what she sees and how she feels. Like, my level of worry just is on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? And so it affects the way, you know, how it affects my mood. It makes me very angry all the time, bro. Like,
bro, your life, like that shit he talking about goes back to what I've been talking about recently. The moment you decide to take on the responsibilities of a wife and a child, like, nigga, get a job, go to work, nigga. You may not like it, but this is the life you chose once you decided to take on the responsibility of a wife and a child. You may not get a chance to find your passion and do what you love because you have to take care of a family, bro. Like, I don't even understand this young generation, and like, y'all will be without. Y'all will have kids, and the kids have to go without and suffer because you don't want to get up and be a man. I'm not telling this nigga nothing else than what his core audience has been telling him. I'm not telling this nigga nothing else than what all the people that react to his content has been telling him. And everybody is older. Young people don't watch this kid because he's not interesting to them. The moment you decide, listen, I'm having a kid, now it's fuck you. It's now I gotta live for the kid. I gotta make sure that the kid don't never go hungry. That the never kid. The moment you say, listen, I want to lay down with this woman and get married, okay, now that's another responsibility. Fuck what you talking about as far as from what you want to do. That shit is over with, pimp. You made your you made your decision.
And you know, sometimes I got and I'm trying my best.
Gigging ain't gonna cut it, bro. YouTube and gigging ain't gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it, bro. Gigging in a pickup truck ain't gonna cut it. So now we get into the eviction. We're gonna get to the eviction. We're gonna watch that one all the way through. Now it's a reality check.
Time for real. It's a lot of pressure.
Now we at the reality check.
You okay? Back to another day in the life with your man's Dontay.
Obviously, the wife came back.
Spicy chicken sandwiches.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm amazing.
You doing?
See, if you're a daily content creator like I am, it could get a little bit overwhelming, you know, and sometimes things could get a little repetitive because you're just constantly trying to figure out what to do next, you know, especially for somebody like me who does this as a job to take care of my family. It's a lot.
Let me talk about the content creation aspect of it real quick. All right. He thought that he would be able to quit his job and just do gigging and content creation, and he could be full-time at this. I know a lot of people came in late. There's no value with his channel. And, you know, he might look at this reaction and say, oh, it's hate. No, it's not hate, it's reality. You're a vlogger, where it's 2025. People want to be either entertained or educated. And this is why you have an older audience, right? The type of audience that he would need to, or the type of content that I should say that he would need to produce to maintain a core community and a core audience to keep that revenue where it was at when YouTube was pushing them. That wasn't organic. YouTube was pushing that genre and that content at that time. He would have to provide entertainment value, educational value, or a combination of both. People sitting watching you and your girl and your kid eat Chick-fil-A in the park is not going to keep that. It's going to keep it for that audience that you had that you don't understand why you have it, that you don't like. Old folks. People want to know where the money at. And that's what this kid has to understand. Gigging and YouTube, he's not going to, this type of content, he can't be a Patrick Beck. He can't be an academics. This type of content ain't going to get him what Anton making like $130,000, $150,000 a month off YouTube. Why? They're in all these three different people. Let's say Patrick Bet David. Let's say DJ Academics. I'm trying to hit different genres. So you say Patrick Bet David, academics, hip hop, culture. Patrick Bet David, you know, politics. You know, interviews with different people from different cultures. Anton, you got Red Pill, urban culture, reaction. All these people make six figures. But there's value in all their content, both entertainment and educational, right? There's neither in this. There's neither in this. So he doesn't understand what a lot of YouTubers don't understand, even like Daniel trying to explain it to him. Value. If you have no value, you're not going to be able to keep and maintain an audience. You may get pushed in the algorithm for a specific amount of time, but then you play. So listen, I talk to content creators all the time. There's content creators that got 50, 60, 70,000 more subs than me, and I make more money than them. My channel makes more money than them. I know content creators that I talk to, they got over 100,000 subs, and my channel makes more. There's an art to YouTube. One of the main contributing factors is value. If there's no value, it's going to affect the watch time. If there's nothing there that a person can take, put it in their back pocket and apply it some way, shape, form, or fashion, there's no value. If I tell you how to make it in box trucking, you take it in the world, you apply it, it's value because it's going to turn over the revenue. If I entertain you enough, the rest of the day, you may be enlightened, or you may be happy, or you may think back to the video and you may chuckle, or you may crack a laugh or a smile because whatever a person said earlier is still weighing on you and it made you happy and it made you laugh and you still laughing about it. If there's no value, people ain't going to watch you. Just because you have subscribers does not equate to revenue on YouTube. I make more money. My channel makes more money than people that I've talked to that got 100,000+ subscribers. I was watching Ton. He's showing 130, 140,000. He doesn't even have a million subscribers. There's guys with million subscribers that don't do $100,000 a month on YouTube. There's people that have 1 million organic subscribers, but their audience has tapered off, and they'll go live and then they don't even have 100 people watching them, but they got 1 million subscribers. So there's a false sense of reality that you can go full time. Only a small percentage of people, no matter what the niche is, can actually go full time on YouTube, and it'll be enough money to maintain and sustain a living. And now I think outside of, doing these small jobs and being a gigger, I think that's where he kind of got lost as well, as far as thinking that the YouTube thing would continue and you could go full time doing it, especially if you have no value. The ad revenue isn't going to pay. The watch hours aren't going to be good. You're not going to get sponsorship.
A lot of pressure all the time, for real. It's a lot of pressure. And so I've just been trying to figure out which direction I want to go. And moving forward, I got some really great advice from my wife. She talked to me and was like, baby, just be yourself. Because I was talking to her about, baby, if you was a viewer and you wanted to see me, and if you was watching me and you ain't know me, and just from the content you see, what would you want to see moving forward? She was like, baby, I just want to see you be yourself. She was like,
so now he's trying to figure out what to do to get the views, to get the revenue back up. He's been being himself. But once again, and I hope he watches this, and I think he will, because he watches everything, because he gets upset and he gets mad. Value. Young man, the best advice I can give to you for content is value. You have to find something that you're good at, that you can provide value. If you haven't lived enough life, which he's young, so he probably can't provide value from an educational perspective, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. He has to do more living, and he has to actually get involved in something that he does and he sticks to over a period of time in order for him to be able to educate somebody else to success. No one is going, let me tell you this too, young man. It's going to be hard to do that because people are going to look at you and they're not going to take what you're saying serious because you haven't made it. people that watch you that are in your same situation, they're going to click on you. They're going to see, oh, he just like me. And they're going to click off. And then they're going to go find somebody that has made it in something. And then that's where they're going to take the value. You have to make it in something in order to be able to come back and be able to give value to it, or be able to give value and educate. So he's going to have to find something in entertainment or something shit. He's going to have to figure something out. He's going to have to be creative. But let's fast forward. So he's trying to figure shit out to get the channel back up. He's back gigging. He's back working. In the meantime, he went and got hired back at looked like he got hired back at Amazon here. He was on the truck. He was riding, doing deliveries on the truck in Israel. We're not going to play that. They let him go. He's saying they didn't fire him. He's saying they let him go. Same shit. All right. Same shit. All right. So now he's about to lose everything because life is lifing. The revenue was down. The bills are up because he increased his cost of living.
Amazon part-time. It was like 3 days a week. Order yesterday. Straight bugs. And then I can see our things got super wet. Our roads got wet.
So this is the new apartment that they scaled up to.
There's always something in this unit, boy, I tell you, boy. Always something going wrong up in this mud. So these are all our clothes that we had. 7-day notice, but I'm trying to drink some water so I can actually use the bathroom when I get up in there. I should be started at FedEx probably sometime next week, cause it's probably gonna take a couple days for everything to come back. I'm gonna be grinding it out at both jobs. Last week I got a notice, 7-day notice to either pay the past due balance of my rent or to vacate the unit.
So they moved into the unit. Let's see. 3 months ago. So around 3 months is when they moved in. They upgraded to the new unit. So 3 months ago. So if they going through eviction, that means as soon as they put the money in to move in, they just probably never paid rent. You know, so I mean, he has a history of being financially irresponsible. So let me see. Rent $13.40, utility charges $140, rent $13.40, utility charges $140, July late fee. So balance. Well, this looks like 1 month. So it looks like balance $16.30 with the late charges. So this only looked like 1 month. Because here go the balance right here. Let's see.
Y'all know, I don't know if y'all ever dealt with like missing rent or anything like that, but they normally send you like a 7-day notice to either pay the balance or they let you know like you're gonna have to like move out. But normally that's just the process that they go through before they send it to court. I already knew that this was gonna happen, and
right,
that's
so he
why
only
it was
one
like
month.
a really big decision for me to, stop uploading on my channel and just to slow down on my uploads. And I know like some of y'all probably be like, just come back to YouTube and get everything caught back up. It won't even make no sense for me right now because YouTube pay once a month. So this month is almost over, so I ain't even really make much this month because I stopped uploading a couple weeks ago. And if I was to get back consistent, I would have to literally start at the beginning of August and then wait till September to come to get paid, you know what I'm saying? So as far as my situation right now, as far as trying to get my bills caught up, get my rent paid before the eviction process starts, I will have to do that now. Like I couldn't even wait on YouTube. So And I'm cool, man. I just gotta, I said, man, I'm about to start here at FedEx. I'm about to go in here and take my drug test and my physical and all that. And hopefully get started there by next week. And that's full time. I'm at Amazon part-time. It's like 3 days a week. But it's 10-hour shifts, so it's still like 30 hours a week. So it's still some good income, but Amazon pay rate 2 weeks. FedEx, I'm gonna be a full-time driver at FedEx, so I'm gonna have to balance Amazon with FedEx and you know, and then do my gig work on Instacart, in which, what was it, a couple days ago, me and my wife made like 200 in one day on Instacart. So that gave me a lot of encouragement to be like, all right, we cool, we should be able to get everything.
Why everybody think 200? He said we made 200. That gave us encouragement. When did 200 be the, like, who made 200 the magical number to quit? I keep hearing this, as long as I get 200, like if I make 200, like who made that number up? $200? That shit crazy, bro.
Caught up, but I don't know right now because I ain't paid my rent last month. I mean this month, cause bro, I had to pay my car note and my insurance, and
there you go. He stopped paying his rent. He prioritized his car note and his insurance. Goes back to the car that he got, you know, 5-6 months ago that he couldn't afford, that, you know, he shouldn't have bought. The revenue came down tremendously. He has 40,000 more subscribers than me. His revenue went down so much that he just stopped making content. He got that discouraged, and I think that probably was around the time where his wife left him, because he probably was having a mental breakdown. His audience kind of shifted on him. He was angry a lot. I didn't play none of that content. He was angry a lot. His audience kind of shifted on him. And he just stopped making content. So when he stopped making content, the revenue went even further down. And, you know, to now where he's not even making enough gigging and with whatever the small little YouTube check he did get to even cover the cost of his living. So he went from $30,000 a month to not being able to pay rent. And then you decided to pay your car note and your insurance, like he just said, instead of, he'd rather have a truck than a roof over his head.
But I tell you, if I ain't got my car, I can't make no money. You know what I'm saying? So,
Cap, you can get on the bus and you can go to work. I'd rather have a roof over my head. And I know the young generation, they think different. They are part of van life. They rather live in their car. Nah, pimp. I'd rather have a roof over my head. I'd rather have a roof over my head. A real roof, not a car roof. A roof. I need utility. I need a toilet, because it ain't just about the roof. I need a toilet to sit down on. I don't want to be going into McDonald's, you know, putting toilet paper, putting the toilet paper on the seat. If I gotta go, I gotta go. I want to just run to the bathroom and sit down. I may not have the time to put the toilet paper around the seat and then right there in the middle, because I don't want my scrotum to hit that bowl, because I don't know who sat down on that toilet before me. I need a toilet. I need running water. I need fresh running water. Hot, cold. I like to take long showers. I got multiple bathrooms. I got a rainforest bathroom. In my rainforest shower, I just like the water just come down and I just stand there. And sometimes I be in there for 30 minutes. And I just be, I might want to go cook me something. I might want to make me a smoothie. I might want to lay down and just stretch out on the bed and just stretch all the way out like this. Sometimes my notification go off and they say, Mark, you almost at your move. Man, if you just walk for 10 minutes, you'll hit your step goal for the day. I don't even gotta leave out the house. I can just walk back and forth in the house and hit my step goal. I'd rather have a roof over my head. If it was the roof of the crib or the roof of the car gotta go. On everything I love.
I don't know when they're actually gonna send it to court, but I don't know, man. Hopefully I can grind this money up and get it paid on time. But it's okay, man. You know, I'm not really upset about it for real. So it ain't no sad video, bro, or nothing like.
I meant rainforest shower, not a rainforest bathroom, man. You know what I meant.
That, you know, I'm not, you know, because it's like it was expected. You know, I already knew, like, once I stopped doing my channel, I was gonna have to figure out a replacement for my YouTube income, and I did. But it's just like, you know, for one, my job income isn't as much as YouTube, so I already knew that even if I went back to work full time, that it still wouldn't be as much as I was making. So I was gonna probably have to do 2 jobs or really grind it out on my gig work and my job. So yeah, so reality setting in now. And it's on me now. I'm coming back to YouTube right now. I'm still trying to ease my way back into here. Come on, let's go.
You said reality setting in now.
Here and take this drug test and physical before they close. I got my wife by my side who's helping me and supporting me every step of this way. Knowing that I have the means to be able to get everything caught up is good, you know, because as you can see, me and wifey got everything cleaned back up, our apartment back in order. There's water everywhere, bro. It was crazy. Full-time income, like at my job, like I'm gonna be cool. But right now, I just gotta figure it out. So hopefully we don't gotta move or, you know, get evicted. That's definitely don't want that on my credit. But
so
I tell you,
this was 2 days ago.
Everything caught up, but you know, we'll see, man. Stay tuned for the next upload.
Now we here.
See what happened.
So we went from here 2 days ago to this 19 hours ago. So now we getting evicted. Now the eviction is here. So we're gonna watch this one all the way through.
You call some of those numbers, then. All right, YouTube. So, if you ain't see the last upload, I told y'all that we were facing eviction, and we are. I'm actually about to go to the office right now and see how long we got until we have to move out. But to make things worse, lights are cut off. They cut the lights off about an hour ago. And we got a balance of $511 to get the lights cut.
So he ain't been paying the light bill. So you ain't paid the rent. You ain't paid the light bill. What else you ain't paid? So now my question is, outside of the car, the apartment, whatever he had to put down to get the apartment, I don't know how they do it up there. I don't know what he went through. Security deposit, first, last month, whatever the case, move-in fee, right? Obviously, they paid that to get the new apartment that they was paying like $1,000 more. I don't know what other finance, like where did, he's paying the truck note, clearly. He said that. He paying that truck note. 60, let's say 70, let's say 100 grand. Where did the rest of that money go? 30, 28, 30, December, 30 in January. I think he did like another 30 in February. He probably did like another 20. I stopped, you know, looking at, he took all that shit, so I can't do the tally up. But let's say 100 grand. Where did all that money go? Where did it go?
Back on. Well, I tell you, but life is really life right now, boy. I don't even know how we owe $511 because last month we had a past due of like 160 something. So I paid it, and I don't know why it's $511. They got like a security deposit of $350. Never heard of that before in my life, but it's okay. We're gonna get it taken care of. In the meantime, me and my wife finna go make some money for one.
It's the summertime. They probably burning air. Ain't no telling how much. In the summertime, your electric bill, especially if you got central air, it can go up. So depending on how much air they burning, it could have shot up that much. You know what I'm saying?
Doing some more gig work for today since it's the weekend, and then doing some more gig work for today. Go make some money for one. Doing some more gig work for today since it's the weekend, and then later we're gonna come and clear out some of the stuff in the refrigerator. You know, some of the meat and stuff, so it don't go bad, and take it to my mom's. But yeah, it sucks. And right now I'm about to go to the office and go ask them how long we got. So I want to see how long it's gonna take before the process is gonna go through the court.
So typically the way that it works, I've already filed you in court. So that means I essentially turned over your 7-day notice to our attorney. Mm-hmm. So the next step is they will deliver something, they'll post it on your door, and they'll let you know when your court date is. So as of right now, I don't have a court date. I have to wait until it goes through our attorney's office, and then they'll notify us of your court date as well as notify you with the paperwork.
I got a question.
Yeah, sure.
Can you take out our security deposit to pay the rent this month? Does it work like that?
It would not work like that. So the only time that we would take out your security deposit is when you move out and you owe us a balance. That would go towards that balance. Like, you want to get it back. Yeah.
This man asked, could they take the security deposit to pay the rent? Then it wouldn't be no security deposit. If they take the security deposit to cover the rent, then there's no security deposit. So that means if you go and then you don't pay the next month, right? Now they don't have a security deposit. And let's say you don't pay the next month, and then they evict you and you tear some shit up. Now there's nothing there. There's no security deposit. Bro, Jesus.
All right, y'all. I'm at Michigan Works. This is a place where they help out with assistance and things like that. I'm gonna see if they can help us out or give us some extra resources we could use to or reach out to for help. We called some of the numbers that we got earlier from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Most of them didn't answer. We did get a hold of one of them, and we had to leave them a voicemail. But I'm gonna see if they can help us out today. Rent is past due, $1,600.
What rate you current?
$1,630, and that's for this month. The eviction process already started. I went to my leasing office. They already submitted it on the 7th to the court. So I went there earlier to ask how long we got until like the process takes place for us to have to move out. She said about a couple weeks. It all depends on the court. And she was like, if we could get the balance paid before then, it'll just stop the process. But then next month's rent is due on the 1st. So if I do manage to come up with the money to pay it, then I gotta figure out how to pay next month's rent, or the whole eviction process gonna start again. Okay, so they got the plug for the job. So he told me to get on here, apply here, and then he gonna have the job lady with the plugs get me in here ASAP. Cause Larry still work here.
Who's Larry?
You don't remember Larry? Oh no, that was before I met you, my love.
Yeah.
You know, I used to get a lot of help from him before, then the low income stuff. He gonna help me out with trying to give me some resources to get the light bill.
You know what? They did get married too within the time period when YouTube was paying them the money. So they probably spent money on that.
Back on, the lights back on, and then try to get the rent paid. And he gave me these numbers to the Salvation Army and then to the Lighthouse in Pontiac. So we actually gonna go here right now, see if they can help us out. Oh, I didn't tell y'all that Amazon fired me. Well, not really fired me. What they do?
They didn't fire you. They just had to let you go because of the HR.
Yeah, the operational needs.
The operational needs. They didn't need him anymore.
Yeah, they didn't.
Wait. Hold on. And I'm not laughing at the kid. You know, it's a little satire here. But did he say Amazon fired him? And then she said, no, babe, they didn't fire you. They let you go. And he looked at it, he said, yeah, they had to let me because of operational needs. That sound like they fired you, pimp. Fired, laid off. It's the same shit. What are we talking about, bro? Let me rewind that, bro. Let me make sure, bro. Let me make sure I heard that shit right.
They didn't fire you. They just...
Hold on a second.
And he gave me these numbers to the Salvation Army and then to the Lighthouse in Pontiac. So we actually gonna go here right now, see if they can help us out. Oh, I didn't tell y'all that Amazon fired me. Well, not really fired me. What they do?
They didn't fire you. They just had to let you go because of the HR.
Yeah, the operational needs.
The operational needs. They didn't need him anymore.
Yeah, they didn't need me anymore, basically.
They didn't fire you.
Yeah, they didn't.
It's the same shit. They let you go. Fired, laid off. Listen, you could dress that shit up. I mean, it is what it is, but like, bro, this is the reason why he in the situation he is. Reality is reality. You got to stop dressing shit up, pimp. You got to stop dressing shit up. It's what it is, bro. You got laid off. Right. She enabling buddy ass. This is what I'm saying. Like, bro, I swear, bro, I like, he got him. I don't like, damn, is this a good one? Or is this one of the ones where they say, man, he got him a good one? Because I swear, the type of women I deal with ain't no motherfucking way in the world, bro. Motherfucker, go get your ass up. Go get your goof ass up and go to work. Nigga, it should have never got to this point. Get your goof ass up and go to work. Fuck is you talking about, boy? Fuck is this shit they putting on the screen?
Really bro? Fired me. What they do?
They didn't fire you. They just had to let you go because of the HR.
Yeah, the operational needs.
The operational needs. They didn't need him anymore.
Yeah, they didn't need me anymore, basically.
Let me read this shit, bro. Thank you for your interest in joining our team and for taking time to go through the hiring process with us. We are reaching out to inform you that due to recent operational changes made by Amazon regarding their shift structure for the helper role, our staffing needs have changed. As a result, we regret to inform you that we will be rescinding our offer of employment for this position. We understand this may be disappointing news and we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Please know this decision was not a reflection of our qualifications or interests, but rather a necessary adjustment due to circumstances outside of our control. We truly appreciate your time and consideration. We wish you the very best in your job search and future endeavors. Human resource team, they let you go, pimp. Fired, laid off, fired. You were working there. They told you don't come back no more. I was born in 1980, all right? So I was born in a generation where we wasn't soft. My generation would say this is fired, but I understand we live in a soft society now and we can't say things that are very triggering, like fired. So you can't even say laid off no more. He said that Changed it. No. You didn't meet their operational needs. You can't even say laid the society, and this is why he in the position that he in. Because you just can't be honest. You can't say, motherfucker, you got fired. You got laid off. No, we have to find a soft way to say it. Nigga, you got fired. I'm gonna say it. Nigga, you got fired. All right? I was born in 1980. We say, nigga, they fired your ass. We ain't with this soft new shit. We got to find ways to say it politically correct. I'm not with that shit. You got fired. Laid off, fired. Ain't no operation, bro. The way they wrote it was professional. Back in the day, they would have gave your ass a pink slip and said terminated. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what I got out of this letter from a business owner perspective. This is the new way of telling a person that was working through a probationary period that you ain't working out. Amazon always hiring people. You know why? Because Amazon's turnover is extremely high. Anybody that works for Amazon, anybody that contracts for Amazon, anybody that never worked for Amazon knows somebody that's worked for Amazon that has told them Amazon hires as much as they fire. Amazon is always looking for somebody. Amazon is one of the places when you go on Indeed, they always hiring because they always firing. From my understanding, Amazon has a zero tolerance policy. I heard they're very delicate. When you work for them as an employee, they will get rid of your ass. Right? So he just got started after a few weeks. That means he's under probation. What do we know as being business owners? It's better to get rid of people quickly, especially when they're on probation. You want to get rid of them quickly. He's under probation. We don't know, but they just didn't see something, so they got rid of him. It's just what it is, bro. All right, but let's continue, man.
They didn't fire you.
Yeah, they didn't fire me. They just
Look at her. They didn't fire you. Yes, they did. They fired him. Fuck we talking about? Look at her. She got to correct, and then now he taking a second. It's like she just manned up on him. Like, they didn't fire you. She manned up on Buddy ass.
they didn't need me.
And he didn't quit either.
And I didn't quit.
And then she got the attitude. Oh, shit.
I didn't want to mention that because...
Hey, chat, is this what you... Chat, is this what y'all consider a real one? If she was considered a real one, my chick, bro, listen, it would have never got to this point. My chick would have threatened me, called me all type of lazy, get your goof ass up, take your goof ass to work. I'd have been all type of goofies way before it got to this point. It would have never got to this point. I would have been, nigga, if you don't take your ass to work, I'm gonna go find another nigga that will. I'm in Chicago, bro. I don't know where these type of women that pacify grown ass men and then have to, treat them like this is a man, bro. Fuck is you talking about? My chick would have never got to this point. Eviction, lights off. Fuck are we talking about, bro? And then you correct it. You correct them on this. But where was the correction when the bad decision making was going on? Where was the correction when he decided to get that high-ass truck that he couldn't afford and continuously struggle to pay that note, but instead of paying the rent, instead of paying the light? You paid the truck note that you can't afford. You paid the $500 fucking insurance that you can't afford, but you didn't pay the lights. You didn't pay the rent. There's a child involved here. You correct this shit, which is wrong. He got fired, but you didn't correct the poor decision making. You didn't correct him. You didn't help to motivate and inspire him, which she shouldn't have to do. Let's just keep it a buck. On what the responsibilities is of a husband and as a man. Young or not, bro, once you step into that role and you get the humping and pumping and we gonna call it what it is, fucking and having kids and stepping up, having a wife, nigga, you gotta put the cape on. You gotta take care of your family. This Unc talking to you, young man. He don't like when people react to his shit. But I haven't seen not a motherfucker content creator or anybody in his chat tell him nothing wrong. He gets offended because he don't want to do what he's supposed to do. And then you put your shit on display and then you get upset when people comment and react to it. Enabling.
You know.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah, we know. But anyway.
Yeah, people good. Only reason I didn't want to mention that because I knew people were gonna think I quit anyway.
Well,
so I'm
you
like,
didn't.
I didn't quit. It's okay though, cause you know why? What you always say, my love? Something better always come along. So this is just a minor setback for a major comeback. And it's just life. It's okay because we're gonna figure it out and we are going to be okay, my love.
All right.
But it, you know, it sucks. It do suck. You know what I'm saying? Going through these hard times, but we're gonna be alright.
I mean, at least we get to do it together.
Yeah.
You're not by yourself. We're not alone. We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Goes back to what I said earlier. Misery loves company. She's saying it like what he was saying earlier. We not alone. There's a lot of people out here struggling. Why do people, when they make poor decisions, they have to align themselves or find other people that are struggling so that they could feel better? I don't get that, bro. That's the shit that keeps you down.
For sure.
We're figuring out.
And
we got a lot of support, man. We got a lot of a big support
we
system
really do.
in our
Like,
corner, so.
thank God for our parents. Like,
Yeah,
man,
I was telling them that earlier.
Man, I'm almost in tears about how wonderful both of our parents are to us. I mean, honestly, I didn't even ask for nothing. I just told her, we just, trying to figure some things out. And, my mom, she just a mom, It's just,
You said it's a coping mechanism?
I love my mama. I love my parents. And I do appreciate them. And I appreciate Miss London too. Yeah. Because, just gotta figure out life.
And it's okay. What happened was, if y'all don't know kind of the backstory of what's been going on the channel or my life, or if y'all new here, I've always had a hard time really getting my life together. So I've been stuck in low income because I always had a hard time keeping a job, mainly because I just chose not to, because I didn't want to. I always wanted to do something else.
There it go. Not taking responsibility. You didn't want to. You don't have a choice. You got a kid. You decided to get married. What you mean you don't want to? I gotta pull you. What you mean you don't want to? Stop having kids. Stop getting married if you're not ready to step up and take on the responsibilities. It's just what it is. Like any nigga, any grown man that's a man that's older. I know he's young, right? I know he's young. But ain't no real man gonna tell you no different. And he hates when people tell him this shit. Grow the fuck up, bro. When you have a kid and you decide to get married and take on a wife, like, you gotta grow up, bro. You can't keep making these excuses. Like, I'm not gonna react to your shit and pacify you. I'm gonna tell you what it is, whether you like it or you don't. It's just what it is. He's just full of excuses. No lights. He getting evicted. You still sitting in the
and so that made me not be able to move out of, low income for like 5 years, 6 years of my life. So when my channel first started picking up some momentum 6 months ago, that was the first time I saw, full-time income consistently. So like, y'all don't understand like how much that really meant to me. And because I never had full-time income consistently until YouTube started, doing what it was doing for me. So when I first became full-time 6 months ago, I was able to move my family out of low income for the first time. And that's why I didn't hesitate to do it, right? I'm like, bro, this is the first time I ever even had enough money to even move in my life. So I'm like, I just want to do it. You know, I've always driven older cars. So when I was able to get this truck, I got the truck, you know what I'm saying? So, and it was just like, maybe I moved too fast, but it's just a learning lesson, you know what I'm saying? And then the worst part is that I made all these decisions based solely off YouTube. And then when I decided to take a few steps back from YouTube, and that's when everything just started to pile up, because YouTube was covering everything for the first few months after we moved. And before we even moved to our new place, we had a lot of money coming in from YouTube. But you know, life is tough, bro. It's tough, and I'm really starting to see it. And I thought that, you know, it was gonna be easier, but you know, especially not having a solid, stable source of income right now, and then the unfortunate situation of me losing a job that I just got, and then not getting a job that I thought I was about to get. I thought I was about to have 2 jobs. It's oh my God, but I tell you,
But you know what? What we say yesterday? We were sitting in a car, and we was like, that's okay.
It's okay.
God got us.
God got us.
We trust him.
We trust him.
And I always say I trust God through you, because you lead.
Thank you, baby.
It's what I tell you, but but it's okay.
No, I ain't leading right now, my love. I'm trying.
You are leading. You are leading. Don't ever think that you're not leading, my love. You're leading.
Nah, baby.
Taking care of things, my love. It's okay. You are enough.
All right. Hey, bro, we gotta. Yeah, she gotta be younger than him. She gotta be, bro. She gotta be. She gotta be younger than him. That's crazy.
Just made it to the lighthouse. I'm going here and see if they can provide us with some services or some help or something.
Dang, how many places provide y'all with services? He went to the one place, now it's another place. Michigan, y'all got all them types of places that help you out when you don't pay your bills?
Hello. They open today?
Yeah, you just gotta ring out.
No, you got a phone?
Yeah.
They gotta use their phone. They only use that if you don't have a phone.
I had to call this number, and it looks like they just help out with food. I don't see anything saying that they help out with evictions and stuff like that. Well, I tell you, boy. So I went to the lighthouse, and they don't look like they have any services available as far as helping with utilities and rent. They just do more so like food assistance, emergency food assistance. So we called a couple of Salvation Armies, and none of the Salvation Armies in our area are funded to be able to help out. So I think our next resort. So we called our car loan bank that we financed our car through, and they said we not eligible to like skip a payment right now and have it added on to the end of our balance until 8 months of us being in a loan. But they said what we can do is just.
So what he's talking about is what's called, for people who don't know, is a deferment. He doesn't even know what it is. So it's called a deferment. And depending on the finance company you go through, and depending on the loan and what products they may offer at the time, traditional good banks, they'll give you maybe a deferment a year. So they may give you, if you take out a car loan for, let's say, 60 or 72 months, they may offer you one deferment, a total of 3, but 1 a year, right? But this is his first year. He just got the truck in January. So the qualifier is the first year, within the first 8 months, you can't get a deferment, right? So it's July now, so he's only had the vehicle for about 6-7 months. So he won't be up for a deferment until maybe August or September, right?
Pay it late, because we do got up to 30 days to pay it before it is considered late. So I think that could be an option for us. So this is my mom's house. This is where me and my wife we staying at this weekend. All right, so me and my wife about to go get some food, and then about to grind it out on some Instacart for majority of the rest of the day. Try to help get some extra money together. So my wife is in the car right now. She's applying for some of these some more assistance programs to see if we can get some help, and we are actually gonna call our DTE company and see if they could at least temporarily cut the lights back on.
How much money y'all think they really making doing Instacart in a goddamn Dodge Ram? We know he can't afford the car, but let's look at it from a business perspective. All my giggers, the gig guys that's watching, and this is what I'm saying. When he went out and he bought the car, even though we knew he shouldn't have bought that truck because it was too much car for him, he couldn't financially afford it. With what he does, why did it make sense to buy that? You're a gigger. You're probably getting 9-10 miles a gallon. You're paying $700 plus another $500 for the insurance. So take the note out the equation. Is it economical for what you do as a gigger to do it in a goddamn pickup truck, Instacart? So I'm putting it into perspective on what also aided in the demise. So now you're still going out you're still being a gigger in a goddamn pickup truck. You up for eviction. Your lights is out at your crib. They didn't cut your lights out. You got the eviction notice. You keeping the truck, and you still pretty much operating at a loss. Basically, what you doing is you getting immediate liquidity. Really, that's to maintain you day to day, but you're really operating at a loss. You're just getting that liquidity in right there for the moment. But in the long term, you're operating at a loss. It's just instant liquidity for the moment. Man, somebody should have told him about my channel a long time ago. Maybe we could have saved this kid a while ago.
Because when we talked to them earlier, they just told us we had to do the pay the past due, the whole entire $500. But since I applied for assistance with the DTE bill this morning, maybe they could, temporarily cut them back on for us. I don't know. But in the meantime, we're just gonna stay at my mom's house. And Sunday, we are actually gonna go to our church and reach out to our church that we go to, see if they can help us out with trying to get our rent paid on time. All right, YouTube. So we're gonna see that. My light got cut off. Bro, you bold, bro. You bold. You bold, bro.
No, bro, you can't tell me no serious shit.
Bro, my job got cut off this morning.
Shit, my shit almost got caught up.
You did?
Yeah.
Huh?
What I told you, that misery company shit, what I told y'all the other day about the misery in the company. Like, motherfuckers find each other, bro. She laughing. it was because when she started laughing, I thought she was laughing at him like, yo, goof ass. I thought it was a laugh from yo goof ass perspective. That's what I thought the laugh was for. Like, man, yo, goof ass.
Yo, goof ass.
Goofy as hell.
But she was laughing because it resonated with her because her shit almost got cut off. Misery loves company, so now she feel better. Oh, shit, my shit almost got cut off too. Your shit got cut off? Oh, okay, we cool. Man, shit, we both fucked up. Because I'm like, damn, she bogus. Why she laughing at him? Now it makes sense. She happy now because now she know it ain't just her. You dig what I'm saying?
What
Misery love company, bro.
You feel me?
Oh, shit. Ain't that what they been saying the whole video? Life happens? He was saying that shit. He been saying that shit his whole career, YouTube career. Every time he make a bad decision, life happens. The reason why life is happening is because of the decisions that you making. Nobody told you to go rent this luxury apartment. Your rent before was $1,300. You couldn't afford that. Why would you go spend $2,000 and something a month? Why would you go get a big ass pickup truck that you can't afford? Why would you continuously make the bad financial decisions and then after you make them, you say life happens because you can't afford these materialistic things. You can't afford to increase your cost of living, but you continuously increase your cost of living, and then when the shit catches up to you, the answer is life happens. No. The reason why life keeps happening is because of the bad decisions that you're making from a financial perspective.
My people yesterday, I'm like, hey, we ain't gonna have it until the 25th of next week.
Hell no, they told us.
She's like, I'll place a hold on there so y'all don't have no shut off notice. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just letting y'all know.
No, they told us we can't extend it. Yeah. We gotta apply for the low income program for them to come back on today. Yeah. So we spent the whole day, most of this morning, like reaching out to some places like the Lighthouse, calling around Salvation Army. None of them got any available services for us right now. So what we gonna do is Sunday we gonna go ask the church. Then the church we go to, we're gonna ask them that they can help us out. Yeah. And I went to Michigan Works too, and Larry, the dude I used to work with, he said that they got some resources they can help me out with too. But yeah, it's tough, man. I tell you. Life right now.
Y'all ain't trying to flex?
I did. They denied me. Maybe I should try it through hers.
Yeah. What's flex?
It's like Flex is this app where you could. Precious told me about it, where they'll kind of pay your rent for you.
But
initially,
you just gotta put half of what your rent is.
Yeah, you gotta put half of what your rent is.
And then they pay the rest, but you just gotta pay it back later in the month.
Yeah. If y'all, that's a little. Boy, I tell you, boy, Flex. It's Flex. If you behind on your rent, download Flex and they can help you out. But my credit ain't good enough, so they denied me. So I ain't got that option. Huh? Boy, I tell you, boy.
Now, ain't that funny? The company that will help you with your rent in a time of need runs your credit, and they denied them. The dealership gave them the vehicle with a 500 credit score. Why? Because he took the YouTube money when YouTube was really paying him, and he put down a big chunk of money. See, the dealership don't care. If the bank going to take and buy the loan, it's on the bank. The bank going to cut the dealership a check. It's out our hands. We don't care. The bank took on the risk. Why? If we can get a few payments out of him, we'll just come back and get the car. The company that was created to help people in a time of need run your credit, and they said no. That's crazy. I hope the young people is watching this. And I hope you taking what I'm saying and you taking it into consideration before you jump out the window. All right?
we called the DTE to try to get our lights extended. They said we not eligible for getting our lights cut back on because it's so far past due, which I really just don't know how it got that far past due. Because last month we paid it, it was $146, so I don't know how we owe $511. That's insane. But it's okay. But they did say we can apply for the low income program. We just gotta submit a few documents in.
How he don't know nothing about his light bill? Look at the bill. Look at the printout. If you don't get it mailed to your house, log on to the app and look at it. There should be line items on what you were charged for. It's something not adding up here, bro. If you paid your bill was $176 last month in the month of June, and then it jumps to $500 now, right? I don't know how Michigan works, but I don't think most places don't cut your lights off after a month behind, right? So clearly something ain't right here. And you know, the way he's saying he don't know, you called and they told you that you could do some type of low income program. They told you that, but you didn't think to ask why the bill was so high. You didn't think to say, hey, I paid $176 last month. Why is it $500? So something ain't adding up right here in this story that he's telling. I'm not saying it's a story like as far as it being a lie. There's something missing here. All right, there's something missing here. And, you know, there's a lot of adults in here that we own property, we pay bills, and this is how we know this shit. If I'm calling to see if I had a zero balance last month and now my shit is off a month later with a $500 balance, and I call to ask what can be done, and you tell me about some low income shit, where's the questioning on how my bill went from a zero balance to 500 to late in 30 days? So when he makes content, bro, I'm keeping it a buck, and I don't think he really understands this because he has an older audience. Like, you can't finesse old people, bro. We're old. I'm 45 years old. I've been paying bills for damn near as long as you've been, 20 years now. I've been paying just this place. I've been paying the light bill for this place for 11 years. And when I look at the bill, it tells me everything that I know in the summertime, because I have central air, my electricity bill goes through the roof. In the wintertime, it goes down. In the wintertime, what goes up? My gas bill. In the summertime, the gas bill goes down. Why? Because I'm not burning no heat. Your bill doesn't go from a zero balance to $500 in late 2 or 3 months to the point where they cut you off all within a matter of 30 days. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand this shit, bro. I don't understand it.
To them, and then
how the freak do you pay a car note that you can't afford, but you miss your rent? You don't even pay your light bill. Oh, bro.
Once we get that submitted, they could turn our lights on. By today, hopefully we get everything submitted on time, and if we get approved for it. So yeah, so we gonna do that, and hopefully they could get them turned on today. But we're gonna see what happens, man. You know, it's okay. But there's definitely my next upload, man, I'll definitely let y'all know what happens as far as, you know, getting our lights cut back on, and if we end up having to like move out, and or if we decide to just move out, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I'll definitely let y'all know on my next upload, but over the next week or so, I definitely got some things to figure out, man. I gotta figure this stuff out. So hard times don't last forever, man. Don't bounce back. It's just temporary. Yeah. Just temporary. If y'all got any resources that we could reach out to that y'all feel like could help us out right now, we really appreciate that. We are in Michigan, so all our Michigan people, you can let us know. Or if you're in a different state and you got programs that could help out people anywhere, let us know. We definitely need it for sure. It'll help us out a lot. So stay tuned for the next video to see what happens, man.
Right.
Definitely keep y'all updated.
So I'm finna give him some advice.
Prayers, please. We really appreciate that.
I'm finna give him some advice.
Tight.
I'm finna give him some advice. This came out yesterday, right? So I'm finna put him up on game because I know he finna watch this. I know he gonna watch this. So this is what I'm gonna tell him. This is what I'm gonna tell him. This came out yesterday. All right. YouTube is gonna pay him in a couple days. Sometime next week, YouTube gonna pay him. Google gonna pay him. Whatever that check is, and I hope he watches this. I'm finna give you some free financial advice, young man. Because you fucked up right now. Your lights is off. You behind on your rent. I'm gonna tell you what to do. When Google pays you next week, whenever they pay you next week, I don't know what his check is gonna be. Take that check and pay your fucking rent. Fuck that car. If you watching this, Mr. Dontay London, listen to me. And I know you don't like to listen to your audience. You complain that they older. You don't know why YouTube older people watch your content, why you don't understand why young people. I told you why, but I'm going to tell you again. It's from an OG. When you get your Google payment next week, pay your fucking rent. Get your lights cut back on. All right? Fuck that truck. All right? Fuck that truck. Pay your rent. Google gonna pay you next week. I got a YouTube channel too, so I know when you get paid. Take the fucking check and pay your fucking rent. If you're gonna get behind on anything, get behind on that car note. Let me tell you the law. You got 90 days before they start the repossession process. Why are you consistently paying that fucking truck note instead of paying to keep a roof over your head and you got a little bitty kid? If you gonna put anything on the back burner, put that truck on the back burner. You got some time. 90 days before they start the repossession process. Take the Google check, all of it, whatever it is, pay your rent, pay the late fee, or I'm gonna give you sauce. I'm gonna give you some more sauce. Pay your rent. Ask the property manager, go down to the leasing office and say, look, we done came up on hard times. I can pay the rent. I'm asking you, can you give me a reprieve on the late fee? They'll probably say, okay, we'll take the late fee off if you could pay the rent. Ask. I'm giving you some game. If not, pay it. Call the fucking light company and say, look, get on whatever assistance program they got for the moment, right? If your Google check is big enough, pay the balance in full. If not, get on the program, right? They're going to probably require you, I think he said in the video, where he got to put a down payment. Whatever the down payment is, put that down so you can get your lights cut back on. Get the job at FedEx. Stop complaining. Stop saying you want to be a fucking YouTuber. All right? Stop with all this. You don't know what you want to do. And I'm telling you this. You are a fucking man. I don't care how young you is. You have a child. You decide to get married. So those are two people and your wife don't work. She gigs it with you. Y'all are giggers. The gig shit. Bad decision. Why? Because you went out and you bought a goddamn truck that you can't afford. And from an economical standpoint, what you're doing as far as gig work, you're not making any money because the vehicle you're doing it in is too costly. You're probably getting 10, 11 miles a gallon, maybe 12. I don't know how much fuel is in Detroit, but to fill up that truck, you're spending about 80, 90 bucks right now. Because that's how much it's costing me. I'm spending about 90 bucks to fill up mine right now. I don't let mine get the lowest. Mine gets to a quarter of a tank. From a quarter of a tank, it's costing me about $90 to fill up mine. Work. If they offer you more work, don't ever say no. Whenever they offer you, can you stay late? The only answer you should have is yes. If there's money being offered to you, your answer should just be yes. Listen to me. I'm finna help you get. I'm finna get you the game. I'm not like I'm giving you the game. You ain't in a position to say no. You're not in a position to say, well, you just want to follow your dreams. This is what happens when you follow your dreams. When you decide to follow your dreams after you decide to start having kids and a family, you might have to give your dreams up so that the shit that's happening to you right now don't happen. A lot of parents put their dreams and shit to the side the moment they have kids and have a family. It's plenty people, since y'all like to say other people are going through this, let me tell you what a lot of other people did then. A lot of other people put their shit to the side to take care of their family. The shit that they thought they wanted to do, they made a mistake. They didn't put a rubber on that night, had a kid, whatever the case may be. Some shit happened. All right, well, all their plans, it had to change, pimp. So when you make content and you make excuses in your content, a nigga like me, I don't want to hear that shit. Your core audience don't want to hear that shit. That's why you keep getting into it with them, because your core audience is from my generation. We're older. We don't want to hear that shit. We looking at a man with a wife and a kid, and then you come back and say, man, it's my life. Well, you're making poor decisions for your life, but you're doing it in the form of content on YouTube for people to scrutinize it. If you don't want your content to be scrutinized, don't do content based on your personal life. But I'm going to tell you this too, young man. No matter what niche you do content in, is going to be under the thumb of scrutiny. That's the part of content creation. If you can't handle it, then you have to find something else to do. Because clearly it fucks with you. It shows in your content. Your content isn't entertaining. You don't make entertainment content. So there's no value there from that angle. You don't make educational content. So there's no value from that angle. You make content based on your personal life. And this is why it affects you emotionally when people come into the comment section and tell you what I'm telling you right now and you get upset. It's going to be met with scrutiny. So this is a message from me to you. I'm going to say it one more time, because I have a YouTube channel. So I know the inner workings of YouTube. They're going to pay you next week. Take that fucking check and pay your rent. Take that fucking check. Hopefully it's enough. Get your lights cut back on. Sign up with the whatever the program that they said. Get the program. Make sure you pay it. Right? If anything has to get sacrificed, let it be that truck, bro, because you can't afford it anyway. You got 90 days. I know you don't know the law clearly. In all the content we just see, you don't know about deferment. You don't know about interest rates. You just do dumb shit, shorty. So I'm telling you the game. If anything has to go, let it be the truck. You holding on to the truck because you saying if I lose the truck, I ain't gonna make no money. That's cap. The shit that you're doing to make money with the truck, you're not making money doing it. I'm gonna tell you why. Instacart, with the cost of operating a Ram pickup truck, you're not making money. You're getting instant liquidity for the moment, But in the grand scheme of things, you're operating at a loss. You don't look at it like that because based on the content we see, we know you don't know what the hell you're doing. You damn sure don't know what you're doing from a business perspective. So listen to me, the business guy. That instant liquidity that you're getting at the moment is all it is. It's instant liquidity. On the grand scheme of things, you're operating at a loss. This is why your lights are off. This is why your rent is not paid and why you're being evicted. It's from the bad decisions that you've been making, and it's from your ignorance, from a lack of understanding how to take care of a household as a man and from a business perspective. FedEx, full-time. Part-time, second job. Job, not gigging. Because from a gig perspective, you're operating at a loss. He's going to watch this. He's not going to understand what I'm saying to him right now. Based on the content, he's not, this is above his head. He ain't going to get it. You're operating at a loss, shorty. That instant liquidity that you're getting, it's instant. It's for the moment. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a loss. Because as it's coming in, it's going out. It's just instant. It's not enough to even get by, because if you were getting by, pay attention. The lights would be on, the rent would be paid, and you would just be broke. But everything would be paid. Does it make sense now? It's instant liquidity for the moment, but on the grand scheme of things, you're operating at a loss. You're not even getting by. Right? So do what's right. Follow, just do what I just said. And, hopefully, things turn around, and stop making stupid decisions, shorty. Stop making dumb decisions. You got a family to take care of. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm keeping it a buck with you. You're gonna have to put your dreams and your aspirations to the side for a moment. You gotta catch up, Brick Dog. Yeah, you're gonna have to put your shit to the side. Then let me tell you something about this YouTube shit too before I go. Don't do what you did before. Don't get caught up in the hype. Don't get caught up in the algorithm, how it may push you and get excited. If you have to have value, sir. And this ain't a slight to you. You just haven't lived enough life to be able to provide any value to anyone. The information and what I'm giving you right now is value. Why? Because I'm 17, 18 years older than you. The shit that you're trying to figure out, I've already figured out. I'm telling you what you need to do to get ahead. The decisions where you're walking around and you can't figure shit out, I'm giving you the answers that you need to get out of the situation that you're in. YouTube is a supplement thing. There's only a small percentage of people who can take this thing and turn it into a full-time thing. But they have something that you don't have, and it's value. You haven't lived enough life. I had a subscriber, I forget his name. I think it was Terrell or Tyrion or something like that. I don't think he watches me anymore because the last conversation we had, it didn't go well. I've always been a person, subscriber or not, to, I want to hit you where it may hurt. And a lot of y'all young cats, y'all just be in y'all feelings. But anyway, he was telling me he was going to be a life coach. He's 25, 26 years old. And I'm like, what do you know about life? You only 25, 26. And he tried to give me some shit and we debated. And he didn't like it. I haven't heard from him. He was a guy that was in my comments all the time. He was in my Discord all the time. But we had a knockdown drag out because to me, I'm like, what makes you think you can be a life coach? I want to know, what can you tell me? If I hired you to be a life coach, what the fuck can you tell me at 25 years old and I'm 45 about fucking life? I got 20 years more experience at it than you. What can the fuck can you tell me about life? It's shit that you haven't even experienced yet. He got so frustrated because the debate didn't go in his favor. I'm not gonna lay down and roll over just because you my subscriber. If the shit don't, no, explain this shit to me. What's gonna make a 25-year-old successful as a life coach? Experience. You know how many, I've said this before, some of the best conversations I've had are with homeless people. Because a lot of homeless people have experienced life from regular life, like a roof over their head, a good job. Not every homeless person been a homeless person. A lot of homeless people once were living a great life. But there's something that a homeless person can give you that a person like you and I can't. They can give you it from both sides of the equation because they've experienced something that we haven't. They've experienced survival from a whole nother level. And when I say homeless, I'm talking about on the street, sleeping on the sidewalk, sleeping on cardboard with a cup. This kid that I reacted to today has a great community that I hope of older people. And I think he really needs to hone in and listen to what they tell him in the comment section. Because I think they want his best interest, just like I want his best interest. I reacted, I cracked my jokes here and there, but that's why I'm doing this outro monologue, because I want him to receive this message and take heed to it. Because, you know, I don't know, he said he had a dad, but it's saying in the video he fought his older brother, so I don't know what that family dynamic. Sounds like he needs a strong male role model or somebody he can talk to, or maybe he has that. Maybe he's not he's the type of person that doesn't like to listen to people. But I think it's at a point now, and I think he's had the same reoccurring chain of events where, you know, he continuously makes bad decisions, and at some point it has just got to give, bro. And I don't think anybody that's reacting to the content or in the chat because they are, you know, they want to see him, they haven't been straightforward. So Big Mark gonna be straightforward with you, pimp. Fuck your aspirations and your dreams. You gonna put that shit aside so that you could take care of your family. That shit over with, pimp. It should never get to this point when you got a shorty and you got a wife. You should never get to this point. You should have been put the black mask on. You should have been put the black mask on. Stop chasing this YouTube shit. Stop chasing this gig shit. This gig shit is going to keep you fucked up. It's going to keep your lights off, and it's going to keep you with eviction notices. Go get you a job, a career, and then go get you another job. So once you get off the first job, you go to the other job. The gig shit is not for you because of the situation that you put yourself in with the truck. It's not economical, bro. You need to go get you another job where you drive to that bitch in that truck, park that fucking truck, go inside the building on the second job and work 4 to 6 hours while the truck is stationary and not burning fuel. But burning fuel, driving from here to there, here to there, here to there, here to there, it's not economical for you. Yeah. So we covered the car, the rent, the lights, the gig, job, second job. And yeah, if anything got to go, pimp, it's going to be the truck. Well, Mark, he probably asked him, well, Mark, if I let the truck go, then how I'm going to get to work? The bus. The train. I don't know where he live in, Pontiac, Michigan. What the metro is the city transportation, is it robust up there? I don't know if they have a robust transportation system up there, but whatever it is, you're gonna have to take it, pimp, because of the decision that you made when YouTube was really running you up back in January and December and February. You should have went and bought a used Toyota Camry, a used Honda Accord. You shouldn't have went out with a $500 credit score and bought a goddamn Dodge Ram pickup truck. The insurance is too high. The note is too high because of the cost of the interest that you're paying because of a poor credit score. And then all the money that they made you put down, you could have had that money working for you. We don't put money down for cars. We go in there and sign paperwork with good interest rates. We don't write no checks. We don't put money down. Why? Because that money could be working. Every $1,000 you put down on that fucking truck took about $17 or $18 off the note. But guess what? You didn't have a choice because you had poor credit. And you shouldn't have bought the truck anyway because you couldn't afford it. All that money that they made you put down was really security because your credit score was so poor. So they wanted a big chunk of money down as a security deposit for them to help cover the cost of the car. The truck was $23,000. You're paying $51,000 for it because of your credit score. They made you put down $10,000+. Every $1,000 you put down, $17, $18 came off the note. That's it. That's why we don't put money down. Because that money could work. And well, I'm gonna put $10,000 down to save $170 a month. Nah, I'm gonna leave that $10,000 in the bank. We're gonna pay the extra $170 a month because that $10,000 is making money. I hope the kid finds this video in the right light. Wishing the best for the kid. Hope he makes a good decision when Google pays him next week. And, man, just get you some value, kid. Just continue to do your YouTube. Don't abandon it, but don't bank on YouTube for the type of content that you do. You just haven't lived enough life to provide value. I provide value because I've been successful at something and I can make other people successful at it. People like, let's say academics provide value because they can entertain people, right? They can react and entertain people. Kai Cenat entertains people. He's good at it. DDG entertain. I'm trying to think of people that he probably would resonate with. That's in that culture. They entertain people. That's the type of content your age demographic is looking for. So when you made that video where you didn't understand why older people watch, and I explained it, the younger people aren't going to watch you because you're not doing what younger people like to view. Your content is not entertaining. Your content is more soap opera. And that's why you have an older demographic watching a 28-year-old content creator. This is why they're so invested in your life. Because they don't like you making the poor decision. This is why they write long comments. Young people don't write long comments. Young people hit you with a few words that ain't spelled correctly. Like, what the fuck is ION? What does ION mean? They're going to hit you with a few words like ION, emoji, 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 exclamation mark. And then that's it. Your comments, you watch your comments, it's fucking long ass paragraphs and shit. Right? Because these are older people that want you to make better decisions. They want you to do better. So you can't shun them like you do or like you did in the past. Entertainment, education. So continue to do what you're doing, but as far as your content, because you do have an audience, it's just older, but it's not the type of content where you're going to be able to quit your job and make a living. Thus, why you're in the situation that you're in now. I hope this finds you good, man. It is what it is. Appreciate everybody for tuning in Saturday. I didn't. There's just no way to get around this stream being this long. We had to go through the whole storyline. Appreciate everybody. I see everybody on this Saturday. We had 100 and some people in the chat. I think we got up to about 127. I think I saw at what point. Shout out to Mark Jackson. Shout out to Missy. You say he probably could sell it and pay the loan off. He's upside down. He just got the truck. He's upside down. He's upside down. He's only had the truck, 6 months? He's upside down. He's upside down. He hasn't had the truck long enough to even get a deferment yet. He can't sell the truck. He's upside down. He's upside down. So, the truck, his best thing for the truck is to go get a second job. He needs one job to cover all expenses, and then he needs another job to cover the additional expenses of the poor decisions that he made. He's still going to be fucked up. And then whatever money that he makes from the little time that he's going to have now to do YouTube could be discretionary spending, right? He has to get 2 jobs. He has to. He's created a cost of living that is exorbitant. So he has to get 2 jobs. Plus he has a wife who's not working and a child, right? So he has to have a job to cover the cost of living. He has to get a second job to cover the cost of the bad decisions that he made, the excess debt. It's going to take away time from his YouTube, right? But we have to prioritize here. That money that he gets off YouTube, because those checks are going to get smaller, then that could be his discretionary spending if he has time to do any discretionary spending. I think it would be in his best interest to keep the truck at this point. All right. He's only 5 months into the truck, probably not even 5 months, because when you buy a vehicle, there's a 45-day grace period before you make the first payment. Come on, guys, we have older people in here. Come on, let's act like we purchased some things before. There's a 45-day grace period. So he bought the truck at the end of January. The first payment wasn't made to the middle of March. April, May, June, July. He's only made 4 payments. He's only made 4 payments. He has to make another 4 payments before he's able for a deferment. So with the down payment that he put and the 4 payments that he's made, he's still upside down. Come on, guys. I know some people in here own some shit now. Come on now. He's upside down like a mug. He can't sell that truck. He bought it from a dealer. He bought it from a Dodge dealer. So there was already a markup on the truck. There was already a markup on the truck. So even if he sold it on the street, he's not going to be able to sell it to recoup the remaining balance minus he's not going to have to pay the interest of the full loan because he pays it off early, but he's still going to be upside down. He's only 4 months in, guys. You know, so it is what it is, man. I hope he watches this, you know, and he doesn't, you know, act like he normally acts, and hopefully, because I gave him some game, you know what I'm saying, to help get him out of this situation. But we'll see. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on him. This was Daniel's favorite content creator. So it is what it is. I appreciate everybody for tuning in this Saturday, man. Terrell said, never buy from a dealership. Well, it depends, you know. I think as you get older, you learn how to buy vehicles. You know, everybody has their, you know, their method, you know. I just think in his situation, he just bought too much vehicle, right? As far as from a cost perspective, he couldn't afford it. Even though you had an exceptional month on YouTube because they pushed your channel that month and you got a $30,000 settlement from Google, that doesn't mean go out and buy a $23,000 car, even though the car that you had was not good. I would have advised him, because of his circumstances, having a child and, you know, him doing gig work and shit like that, and then based off the content that I seen, I would have told him to go get a used Toyota Camry, a used Honda Accord. I would have told him to go get a 2012 or 2010 Camry, or 2010 or 2012 Accord, something that I know is reliable, even though it's older, and he could pay cash. He could take 10 grand of that or 12 grand or whatever the case may be, and still have about $20,000 from that month, plus the money from the previous month. I would have told him to continuously stay where he was at. Like, he should have stayed in that apartment that he was in for a year. Because here's the thing, you always have to test shit. Just because it's rolling now don't mean it's going to continue rolling. He clearly didn't understand YouTube. That's why I took y'all back to show the excitement when YouTube started pushing his channel. He didn't realize that YouTube is like this. He also didn't realize that the value aspect, and that it was only going to last because of the time period that we were in. I would have took that 100 grand that they gave him over the course of 3 or 4 months. I would have continued. I would have advised him to stay where the fuck he was at. If he would have stayed where he was at, if he would have bought a reputable used car, and he would have put that money to the side, found a job, continuously worked, still did the gig shit on the side to supplement income, and still did his YouTube channel, he would be in a way better position right now. You do not. And this is where people mess up. When people find themselves making more money, their lifestyle increases. You can't increase your lifestyle as soon as the money starts increasing. You have to give yourself a grace period to ensure that it will remain that way. And what people do is they get excited. As soon as they make more money, they increase their cost of living. There's a grace period. I would say a year. He should have stayed where he was at. He should have bought a pre-driven used car, reputable car, and he should have kept doing what he was doing. That's it. All right, y'all. I'm out. I appreciate everybody. Enjoy y'all Saturday. Stay safe. Hit the like button on the way out. I'm out. Peace.